Order.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Spirits of Spirits, episode 2 of season 2. I am your host, John, with gracious host all the way from California, Mr. Dave. How are we doing tonight, Dave?
Doing good, bro. How are you? It's a little short week with us, but
Yeah. Short
um,
time frame. Schedules dictate kind of when we get to do the show, but
yep, it is what it is.
mostly my schedule than yours. But hey,
Yeah, been
you
doing
got
the same thing for a long time, so my schedule doesn't change.
you got that work from home benefit too. So.
Yeah,
Well, hey, just want to get started off by saying I want to thank Anchor out there, a sponsor of the show, who allows us to take the audio portion of this live cast and put it out there to places like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, Breaker, and
The
Pocket
room.
Cast. So if you can't catch the live show on one of the multiple platforms we're live on, you can always catch it in your car or your favorite listening device and enjoy it that way. Speaking of multiple casts, I want to thank Restream. They're the ones that allow us to multicast to a bunch of different spots like our Spirits Facebook page, the YouTube page, D Live, Twitch, Vaughn Live, and of course Twitter. So a lot of ways to watch us out there, folks. Don't forget to go ahead and like, subscribe, and click that like button. You know what I mean?
yeah, and
So
go ahead
yesterday,
and watch it again. Watch it on multiple platforms. Take
yeah,
take a look at it on YouTube. Listen to it on Spotify the next day. The the more you watch it, the better it is for us.
yeah, you know, no pressure.
No, I'm not begging or anything, but please, no,
Please.
please, please watch my show. My dreams are gone.
That's funny. Well, I mean, man, long shift yesterday, but not bad. But man, fucking Raiders going to the playoffs again. That's
Dude, totally.
so happy about that. As you
And
can tell, I
you
mean,
know, my I know, I could tell. My Seahawks ended in good fashion,
yeah,
but 7-10, not in
yeah,
the
yeah.
playoffs.
I get in there.
Um,
I
but
called
yeah,
11-6 when I looked at the schedule this season. I said the Raiders would go 11-6. They went 10-7, so not too bad. It's just, man, they kill me every time. Every after the bye week, they just can't string together the same wins that they were doing at the first half of the season. It bugs the hell out of me.
yep.
It's like just play the whole season.
And you can honestly say that the Raiders have never had that record for a season
No, no, you can't have a 9 and 10 and
because
7.
there's no this is
Yeah,
the first season with 17 games, so
Happened to me.
you probably
Rare.
died.
I don't. Yeah, he
I'm
passed away.
guessing. I'm guessing you died.
I don't know why or how, but
I don't
passed.
know what. Yeah, I don't know how I died. Before the show, I got elderly. So I think it was talking about me as I was trying to do stuff in my office. It's an elderly, and I'm like, yeah, I know, I'm old. Damn it, I'm sitting here in a Walking Dead T-shirt with a cardigan. So,
I said, man. Yeah, you are
man,
on the cardigan. It's all man.
man, oh man,
Oh man. Okay. So tonight's episode is all about.
It's all
I
about
don't.
what you
I don't
don't
want.
believe.
Yeah, I don't want to call it. I don't want to say it's all about skeptics, but it kind of
Because
is all
you
about.
can be a skeptic, but yeah, it's kind of, well, the skeptic refuses to believe, and a lot of people are like, I don't believe it until I see it,
And
Yeah, yeah, very much.
and I'm like, okay, well, I'm sorry, you're never going to see God, but you believe in him.
Yeah, yeah.
Although some people don't, some people are atheists, and I'm all for that, whatever you want to do. But and that's the epitome. I won't believe in God because I can't see him. I don't believe in ghosts because I can't see them. Um, but if you believe in anything you can't see, then you have the possibility of believing in the paranormal, at least in some aspect.
Oh yeah,
But what we talked about, even though, I mean, you and I are firm believers in the paranormal,
yeah. Well, there's still
there
certain things
there
that
are still some things that we're like, yeah, I'm not buying into that one.
I'm not buying it. I go
Yeah,
now.
okay. Well, like, I may believe in UFOs, but I don't think I believe in anal probing. I'm just, why shove something up somebody's butt? I mean, unless you're like, let's fuck with these guys.
It's like they want. It's like aliens came out down to us when we started getting into TV and saw like some documentary where doctors were doing prostate exams and it's like, oh, that's how we have to fucking do it.
That's how we have to do our experiments, because the best way to take your temperature is anally. So
You know, like,
maybe maybe that's what they did. It was like, oh well, if that's the best way to take a temperature, then that's what we need to do. We need to check all the vitals by going into that orifice. It is in the middle of the body, so
yeah. I mean,
but still, I mean, come on, you
yeah.
know,
Hey,
just
I'm still a firm believer with all the technology we have. There's still really that's how you have to check my prostate. There's not another way.
something tells me you're putting the glove on your hand for some other reason.
Yeah. Which is funny because do you watch Letterkenny at all?
No.
Oh my god, the new season just can't. It's freaking hilarious. Yeah, I'll recommend that 100% of the time. You'll fucking die laughing watching that show. Uh, but the new season came out because you start. You son of a
You son of a bitch.
we're talking. We're done talking about
You're
anal.
talking to bloop. Oh, okay. Am I frozen?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
I'll be right back.
Okay. That's funny. I don't know why it does that, but like it's like the signal strength just goes woof and then comes back. Think about doing is running Cat 5 over to my little spot over here.
Ooh, that's not bad.
And just run Cat 5 directly into the laptop and not worry about it no more. But yeah, no, I agree with you. And evidently the computer does not want to talk about that no more. So we're gonna quit talking. Well,
Don't talk about sticking something up people's butt.
yeah.
We're gonna end that. We're gonna end that segment right there.
Well, all right, let's
But
continue on with
so
UFOs though.
so
I mean, do
so
you
I mean,
believe everything? Do you believe everything that about alien and UFOs and things like that? Or I'm a firm believer that like out of all the UFO sightings and everything, probably only about 15 to 20% of them are actually
oh yeah,
legit.
I'm sure that there's so many hoaxes out there. It's um I think it's ridiculous not to think that with all the planets in the universe that there isn't some intelligent life somewhere else. I
I'm a
honestly
firm
don't know
believer,
why
yeah.
they would. I don't know why they would come and watch us except
Yeah.
to tap on our fish tank.
Yeah.
But um, but yeah, and they've because of I know while COVID was going on, they released some
Yeah.
documentation saying, "Oh yeah, UFOs are real." Um,
I guess this February we're supposed to get another big batch of releases, though.
yeah, another big batch of releases. One I'm interested in 2028. It should be released who officially killed JFK. Done. But yeah, as
Is
far
that
I believe
2028? I thought that was sooner than that.
I heard 2028.
Yeah, I still gotta wait another goddamn fucking 6 years.
I know, right?
But no, there's, I'm,
But
I have two things. You have to be ignorant to think that we're the only life in this vast
that
space.
that we're it.
I mean, we have multiple universes in our fucking or solar systems in our fucking galaxy, let alone
Yeah.
other
If
galaxies and whatnot. So,
yeah,
and then you have to be quite conceited to think that we're the smartest.
to think that we are the master species. You have to be totally full of shit to think that we're it. We're the cream of the crop because we're not. We don't even have world peace.
Yeah,
So,
or a higher
Thank you.
consciousness, or yeah. See, thank you.
thank you. See, you're welcome. Uh, but yeah, when I was being particularly nerdy in my 20s, I did the math, and I was like, okay, if taking all the planets in the universe, if 1% of all the planets in the universe have the capability of sustaining life, meaning class M, oxygen, water,
Human life.
human life, or life in general. I don't think life just has to be um, human. And I don't
No,
believe we all
but
have to. I don't believe we all have to be carbon based. I believe there are other
that's what I mean. That's
forms
it.
of life.
I mean, places that we can't survive, these other species probably thrive in. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
But I mean, just like be able to contain human life. One
yeah.
percent of the 1% of the planets have that capability, and 1% of those planets actually have life. They actually did the amino acid pool, and they developed the
Oh yeah.
life, and they actually have life. That still makes 40,000 planets in the universe that would have life
Yeah.
to some degree.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you can't you can't argue with that number. And there's got to be plants. They got to be planets out there more advanced that have faster than light travel,
Oh yeah.
or that can fold space or whatever, to where they can travel anywhere they want really fast.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I don't necessarily believe in the anal probing. But yeah, have there UFO sightings? I believe in that, but I don't believe in all the ones that are out there. Like you said, about 15 to 20% maybe are
Our whole
actual
legit.
legit ones, not hoaxed, not something stupid
Yeah.
like a weather balloon or swamp gas or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, I do believe in alien abduction.
Yeah. I had the counter of the fourth kind, if I remember right.
Yeah,
Yeah. I believe there's.
I do believe that in the third kind, which is contact, some
Yeah.
kind of communication. Yeah,
What's
I don't buy the anal probing. I think that's the myth. Could they stick something in your butt? Sure.
Me alone.
If I was talking about that, yeah, I'd leave you alone. I know we're not talking. I'm not going to put anything in your butt. Honest. I'm sorry.
what do you think about like the cow mutilations, or I should say
Okay.
animal mutilations?
Okay. So thinking about that, and okay, and then brings up another thing that I wanted to
Because
talk
those are
about.
like clean cuts and
Yeah,
cauterized at the same time.
I think that's possible. I don't think that has to necessarily be alien though.
Perfect time for
Yeah.
that. No, I don't believe it necessarily has to be alien.
No.
It's
I
just
I don't know. Maybe I don't know if it would be paranormal. Might be something demonic.
true,
Um,
true. Crop circles.
That was the one I wanted to talk about. I think a lot of crop circles are fake.
Well, they caught those kids doing it.
Yeah.
And the fact that they did it without leaving tracks kind of questions every goddamn crop circle you've ever seen. But God, man,
Yep.
that's some good artwork.
It's beautiful. It's intricate.
See,
But yeah, why do that crap? I mean, you look at the Nazca lines in Peru,
Yeah.
okay? And you can tell when you look at the Nazca lines from the air that that's a fucking airport.
Hmm.
They people built that. They set that so sky people could land.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So um that's not something that you make on the ground for people to see on the ground. That's meant to be seen from the air.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think, I don't think crop circles. I think crop circles are mainly hoaxed. I think like like a single one, maybe, so like a spacecraft landing
Oh yeah.
and
But
taking
creating
off,
all
but
these
but
crazy
why would they do the stupid things on the outside of it? Unless to
some form of communication,
some
maybe,
form of communication, some form of symbolization.
or
Um,
yeah.
maybe I can't. Wait, what can't you? Maybe they're tagging us, like putting their flag.
some kind of graffiti, or yeah, some kind of flag, or some kind of um
This is my area.
like a Dave was here type thing.
Could be that too.
Yeah,
Graffiti. It's like, check this out. These dudes are gonna be tripping on this for
yeah.
years.
Let's monitor this. Oh,
Look,
here
now we
here
got
here's
kids
an
copying us.
yeah. Here's another thing, and this is something that was in Star Trek. So, and something that we do is we have blinds so that we can go into a structure and we can monitor a species of animal without them knowing that we're there.
Yeah,
So we
yeah.
can see them in the natural environment. Do you believe that aliens are doing that to us? That they have some sort of, like outposts where they can monitor us, but they have the technology or the ability to stay invisible to where we don't know that they're there? Or do you think they can just monitor us from space and who gives a shit?
Well, I'm kind of on both of those. I'm kind of they can monitor us from. I mean, shit. Our own satellites can fucking read our phones. While we're walking down the street.
Yeah,
So technically, I think they can monitor us from space just fine. But to see us in our habitat, like our homes, maybe they do have that kind of blind strategy. I mean, there could be a fucking alien sitting in my corner right now and me not know about it.
yeah. That's why your ghost tube keeps saying behind you.
Dude, yeah, and now it says why. But yeah,
But
I
but
I get
yeah,
your
like,
opinion on both sides.
yeah,
Like
like you
I could sit on top of a mountain with a pair of binoculars and watch this fucking herd of elk come across this creek. But when it comes down to it, if I want to get close enough to actually do anything, or if I want to be able to do anything with that elk, I'm actually have to get close. I'm gonna have to get in my fucking tree stand and get my bow out and whatnots and get close.
yeah.
So I think they're both what statements you said are correct.
Hmm.
They do have blinds to where they can be more interactive with us and really get a true sense of feeling of us. And at the same time, they can watch us from afar without having to put themselves in danger of being caught or whatnot.
Yeah, I agree. I think they could do the majority of it from space, but there's only so much you can learn from a distance. Like you said, you've got to be able to get right up in there. And it kind of brings us back to the anal probing. But um but yeah, I'm still not buying the anal probing, except maybe as some sort of means for them not to say that they were abducted, because it's like, I don't want to say that something was stuck up my butt,
Yeah,
so I'm going to keep it to myself.
yeah. Well, what do you think about like those people that end up finding these fucking objects inside their body? That
That's an
something,
interesting one. And, you
and
know,
they can't
like,
even
I mean,
explain what it is.
yeah, they can't even identify the material
Material, yeah.
that it is, or,
Command.
it's command.
Yeah, that's what it said. It's
Hmm.
a weird one.
Is that what it is? Is that a command?
Is that yeah?
Um, or, you know, find a sophisticated transmitter or some kind of device that we don't have yet, technology wise.
Yeah.
Um,
Burnt.
Burnt. Oof, that sucks. It said burnt.
hmm, um, mine's been unusually quiet.
Yeah.
But it's it's interesting. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Hmm,
So there's a lot of mythical creatures out there.
there are.
Is there one that sticks out to you where you're just like, nah, no, 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 no way. That didn't exist. It doesn't exist.
Hmm, I don't know. I can't say. I mean, if we're talking a mythological creature, I'm hard pressed to know if a Pegasus existed. That would be one I'd be like, I don't know. On the other side of the coin, I do believe unicorns existed. That seems more logical to me.
I don't
Tell your dog
know
to
if
go lay down.
horse had a
Horse had a horn on the front,
horn on its
or
head.
a horse had wings. A winged horse. I think maybe. I absolutely believe that dragons existed.
Well, I mean, dragons kind of go in with that age of dinosaur too, but
Right? It's only logical. I mean, did they breathe fire and all that kind of crap? I don't think so. But I think, yeah, they're basically like a descendant of the dinosaur.
yeah,
Um,
I would, with
are you?
all
I
the
mean, are you talking about cryptids, or are you talking about like
that's
griffins and
mythical creatures, yeah, like griffins and stuff like that. I mean, I mean, look at Egypt.
yeah,
They made these huge statues of hippogriffs and stuff like that.
yeah? Well, I mean, look at their gods.
Yeah,
Anubis had a dog's head,
a dog's head. I mean,
and what was it? Ra was an eagle.
yeah, and then freaking
Friggin' Horus, no, Horus was an eagle. Ah, I
Horus
forget.
was an eagle. Ra was
Horus was an eagle.
yeah.
Ra was something else.
Ra was the sun.
Jackal?
Was he the jackal?
Was he the jackal?
No,
Or,
that's death.
or
That's
that was Set. That's Set.
set. So
Um,
it's
but it's interesting how the Egyptian gods, which I think mirror Norse,
oh,
Greek, Roman, I think they're all the same. Um, but they were depicted with animal heads,
Hell.
whereas the other mythologies weren't. They were humanized.
it's a spell. There were spells.
Oh, it's a spell that turned him gave him a dog's head. They
Yeah.
were all skinwalkers. That's what it was.
Yeah. Yeah, it was very possible.
Um, but yeah, what about you?
I
Mythological creatures. Is there anything that you? I don't know if I believe in any of those really.
And
I mean, the stuff in the hieroglyphics and things. I think they would have to exist at some level
and
for them
that's
to be able to draw them, for them to be able to depict them in the
yeah, and
hieroglyphics.
and that's kind of what I mean, that shit was scribbled down, like on walls and cave paintings and etched into stones and
Hmm.
a lot of these mythical creatures that people talk about today have been found on cave drawings and in the fucking uh, pyramids and whatnot. So it's really hard for me to say. I don't know if I believe, because I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm a geek. Uh, a little bit, so I get into the D&D and the Marvel universe and all that good stuff. So it would, I think I would want them to exist.
Yeah.
Um, maybe not today because I think they'd probably rule the world. Um, we definitely wouldn't be on top of the food chain. Uh, but I don't know if they do. But there's been so many stories written about these things from so long ago. It's hard to say that they didn't exist at some
Right.
point in time. Because through all myths and legends, they're all built on some sort of truth.
Yeah.
And it just became a
Well,
story
like,
that got exaggerated.
yeah. Well, I mean, like the dragons, for example, because you know, in medieval times they talk about dragons, but
Yeah.
they also talk about it in China
Oh yeah. Japan.
and Japan. Um, Even I think some of the Mayan hieroglyphics and stuff have some sort of dragon or some kind of mythical winged
Wing
reptile.
beast. Yeah. I don't remember. I'm not sure. I'd have to look it up if like the Native American drawing, cave drawings and stuff like that had any type of mythical creatures like dragons. Um,
Yeah, I
I,
don't I don't think so. I think
I know they talk about
um
sky people, but
they talk about like, wendigos
yeah,
um and of course, Bigfoot and skinwalkers and stuff like that.
so that's I don't know. Maybe I don't believe in them. Maybe I want to believe in them.
I think that's my thing too, because I've played D&D for so long that I want to believe that they existed.
Yeah,
But I don't think they existed. Not to the level that they're depicted in the stories, for
yeah,
sure.
yeah. Maybe that's it. Hold on, man. I gotta do something real quick. It's bugging me.
RL.
So while he is doing something, if any of you are on live, go ahead and chat with us. Talk about your beliefs. What do you think about mythical creatures? Um,
Help me.
or you can help her. But is there something that you don't believe in? Is there something that you're just like, no, there can't be this. Chat us up and let us know. Welcome
Yeah,
back.
yeah. Sorry. Wearing a freaking mask all damn week, and then you take it off and you start breathing normal, and your nose is like, ah.
Yeah. Guess what? You're unplugged.
Yeah. um. Yeah, I think I just kind of like you. I've been playing D&D so long that I want these things to exist. I think I'm with you. I just don't think they
I don't
did
see it.
to the point on how they depict them. I think there could have been maybe some kind of weird creature that they kind of saw or had to deal with. Like I said, throughout the years, stories get so exaggerated. They now become this mythical beast that everybody is dying to try and find now. Because
Yep.
it's weird that we found freaking almost every freaking species of dinosaur, but yet we have come across no Pegasus
And no dragons.
and no dragons.
No dragons, no Pegasus, no Griffin, no no Beholder.
Unless
Um,
we're putting the bones back together wrong.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe that wasn't three creatures. Maybe that was one big
Remember
creature.
those one big creature with wings and a horn and
Three heads. Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe T
S-
Rex doesn't really look like T Rex. You know what I mean? Nobody had freaking cell phones. They couldn't just snap selfie. We don't really know what a dinosaur truly really looked like, except for the ones that we found kind of whole.
Yeah.
Then we could 3D image them.
Yeah. So I just want going back to the alien thing.
Okay.
I found a study and 26 people 26% of the people believe that aliens have come to Earth in modern times.
That seems a little.
26%.
And we blooped.
And did we bloop again?
We blooped.
We blooped again. Doggone it.
Attack.
All right, bear back. Doggone it. All right. So I'm trying to figure out. Okay, this was a Chapman University survey from 2017.
And 26% seems a little low, honestly.
26% believe aliens have come to Earth in modern times. 35% believe that aliens have visited Earth in the ancient past.
Okay.
So more people believe that aliens came down to Earth in the past than in the present.
I wonder how they feel about that now with the release, all the governments
With the release of the footage of the actual
and all the
evidence.
governments decide saying, hey, surprise, aliens are real,
Mhm.
Didn't mean to lie for you for 70 years. Yeah, that number seems a little low, honestly, to me. I thought there'd be more.
Yeah. Like I said, this was a 2017 study, so this was 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, it's kind of weird how the I don't like calling it this, but I'm gonna say it anyways. The taboo has kind of erupted over the last 5-10 years,
Mm-hmm.
where it's more accepting of all these things, and then and the growth in all these different areas of paranormal and the occult and all that good stuff.
And that is up from, because I found the same study from 2015, and in that one they say 18.1% believe that aliens have come to Earth in modern times, and 20.3% visited Earth and believe that aliens visited Earth in the ancient past.
Recording.
Yeah, we're gonna keep recording. That's kind of that's a pretty big jump in a 2-year span. 8% and fucking 15%. That's a pretty big jump in a 2-year span. Hell, businesses want like a 2% growth margin. So they have an 8% and a 15% growth margin in 2 years. That's pretty good. I think if you ask that question now in the year 2022, I think you'd probably be sitting closer in the 50s.
Mm-hmm.
And that's weird because, like, 2017, that's after the big lights over Arizona.
Which one is this one? And this is from 2020. 35% believe that aliens have come to Earth in modern times, and 41% believe that aliens have visited the Earth in the ancient past.
That's a big jump.
Dun, dun, dun. So this is a 9% jump between 2017 and 2020. And a 6% jump from the ancient past.
Yeah. That's significant. That's a significant rise.
Yeah. I mean, look how that's increased over time. It's not like.
And now we're hitting another 2-year mark. I'm wondering how that's going to affect.
Yeah, I didn't see a study in 2021, so
Ian.
either they haven't released it yet.
What is your name?
Oh, I'm John. That's
Which one
Dave.
is this? Okay, that's 2016. Oh, top 10 fears of 2016. That's interesting.
Being abducted by aliens, being anal probed. I think that's a fear nowadays.
Church.
Church.
Church is a fear.
Church is a fear.
um,
I agree. It's this one.
so,
Oh, that's 2018. Okay.
so
That's not the same study. Huh.
so those are I think you probably said this when I got up. Those of you just join us tonight's skeptic episode. We're just kind of talking about the stuff that uh we're a little skeptical on, and of course we would love for you guys to chime in the chat or call in and let us know what your guys are skeptical on as well. Because like what me and Dave were talking at the beginning of the show, as much as we believe in a lot of things, there's still certain things out there that just make us go, I'm not too sure about that one. Hey, Holly, how's it going?
Here's Holly. I missed you the last couple episodes.
Um, so when I, all right, so we were talking last week, or I guess less than a week ago now.
It was last week, technically,
Actually, it was
but
last
it
week.
wasn't a week ago.
Uh, when we were talking about doing this show about what we find skeptical, and I think it's like the first thing you said, and it like clicks is like, yeah, I just don't. There's like two things that really, I don't get palm reading. Okay, I just don't get it. And and I'll even say I don't necessarily believe in palm reading. Okay, I just or reading tea leaves. I just I you know my palms, and you said that you when you look at the lines on your hands, the lines on both your hands should be different. And I've looked at this for fucking 5-6 days now, and going, my hands are fucking exactly the same, man.
Maybe I did that so you look at your hands for 6 hours.
Sitting at work going, there's
Same
not a
fucking hands, Dave. They're the same fucking hands.
how can you tell me
It's
there's something
like,
different on
like
this hand?
I was figuring I was gonna get a text the next day going, God damn you, Dave! I can't stop looking at my hands. It's like that one thing where they do all this thing. They do all these like weird statistics.
Yeah.
Like 75% of all males are colorblind in at least red and green, and then one of the things they do there is like nobody can lick their elbow. And at the end of the thing, it says, "I bet you've been trying to lick your elbow for the last 10 minutes." Um, but no, it's I've I've done some palmistry, and I believe in palm reading to a certain extent, but I don't believe you can get much out of it. But one of the things that it talks about with palmistry is that the lines on your right hand are is supposed to represent how other people perceive you,
Yeah.
and the lines on your left hand are supposed to be how you perceive yourself, or how it truly is. This is your true self, is what's on your left hand.
Does that change if you're left-handed or right-handed?
Not according to the book I read, but I think it would, because if you're left-handed, you're more dominant with your left hand.
Yeah.
So, and this was the thing I was wondering. I was like, okay, because I'm right-handed, and I can visibly see I have way more marks on my right hand than I do my left. But I think that's primarily because I'm right-handed. But I'm looking at like the lifeline. So like I don't know if I can get there. So right, so this guy right there is the lifeline, right? And it's the one that wraps around your thumb like that.
This
That's
one
supposed
right
to be
here?
this one right here. This line that wraps around your thumb like this.
Oh, mine goes up all the way up here.
Yeah. So yeah, mine comes up right about here. It meets with my love line.
So where
So
they meet, is that when you're supposed to be at your
uh,
peak or what?
well, this is like this is like the start. So your life and your love kind of go together, and then your life branches off. And as it goes down, the longer it is, the longer your life is. And my lifeline goes about to here on the back of my hand. Um, and it's supposed to represent that I'm supposed to live a long time. But and I look on this one, and I've got the same thing, only I've got a break right here, and I can't. I got a break right here on my lifeline to where it stops and then starts again. So I think people think I'm going to fake my death or something, and then I'm going to come back. Uh, but I mean,
Or
I
maybe it actually starts down here, and when you died as a kid, it starts going
maybe
back up.
if it does, if it starts down here and goes up, but it's like it's supposed to represent it starts up here because most lines start here, and then the end point usually changes on the bottom of your hand. That's what
I
it's how it's supposed to be read.
It's malarkey, Dave. It's
Okay,
malarkey.
it's hogwash, bro. It's
Married.
hogwash. Now
Surgeon.
I want to get you to look at your the palm of your hand for another 5 hours later.
Dude,
God damn it, Dave.
5 days. I'm like, fuck it. I just
Maybe.
maybe, yeah.
Maybe. See, maybe. I'll take a maybe. No,
I
I was gonna go look for my book because I have a book on palm reading, and I was gonna bring it out and I was gonna show you because you're a non-believer. But I mean, even I am only I only I
partial
don't
belief.
I yeah, I partially believe, and I've read the books and I've studied it. I believe partially in palm reading. We have a local here in town who's like a major palm reader.
Maria.
Is her name Maria?
Her name is not Maria.
Okay.
Actually, she doesn't live in town anymore, but she used to be a local, like way back when. Um, and her name is Kay, and she used to always like she and I used to talk about palmistry all the time. But sure, I can totally get how you don't believe in that.
Well, like, I mean, I did I did an install for uh well, I did direct TV. I did an install actually at a palm reader's place. I was setting up all kinds of television stuff for like people in the waiting rooms and stuff like that. I'm like, and I was amazed one about how busy this woman was.
Right?
I was like, yeah, I mean, there's like 6 people at any given time sitting in the fucking waiting area, and I'm like, Jesus. I was like, man, you got a lot of people in here. She's like, yeah, and I was like, you did good. She's like, yeah, and I was like, I don't get it. She's like, you want me to read your palm? I was like,
No,
oh.
I'm good.
She's like, oh, you don't believe in that stuff. I was like, no, I do believe in that stuff. I just don't believe in this part
I don't
of
believe in
that stuff.
this thing.
I don't believe you can tell everything about me or my future or my love life by looking at the palm of my hand. Maybe my love life.
I was gonna say something bad, but I think you know where I'm going.
No,
It's like what's this tattoo on your hand? That's Rosie.
that's Rosie.
That's Rosie. Um, but yeah, I'm like, okay, I get it. I understand, and I understand the tea leaves. I believe that I believe in divination,
I do
which
believe in divination.
it's all part of the same thing. The tea leaves, the bones, the I don't know if I'd put tarot in there. I think tarot's a little bit different, but like to where you can get something out of it. And there's so many different types of divination.
Oh yeah. I don't. It's weird because I believe in bones and runes and things like that, but and it's the same thing because it's the random effect of the throw, whereas it's the random effect of the settling of the tea leaves at the bottom of the glass. or
Yeah.
the coffee stain. People read coffee too somehow. I don't get it. I don't know.
Yeah,
But there's something about looking at a
there's
bottom of a cup and going, uh, yeah, no. I don't
no.
know.
Well, taromancy, divination by using a deck of tarot cards. So that's a
Yeah,
type of
tarot is a
divination.
form of
Yeah,
divination. Yeah,
I think I can get way more out of tarot cards than just divination. But you can there's caromancy, which is a divination by observing melting wax.
I, and I say, how the fuck does that work?
Right? So brontoscopy, I want to spell that right, is interpreting the sound of thunder.
That's interesting. So Rachel says, think it's just more of an energy exchange in different avenues of receiving.
Yeah. It's a matter of your
Okay.
belief. If you believe that you can
I am not okay.
if you believe that you can divine like divining rods, if you believe that you can use divining rods, then you can use divining rods. All it is a medium. Like Rachel said. There are so many different types of divination. This is okay.
Over and over again.
Now mine speaks and okay. Okay. So yeah, which tea leaves, um
Are we?
I I don't know.
uh
Limbo,
was
purgatory, hell. I don't know. Uh,
divination by the interpretation of water, including its colors, ripples, ebb and
False.
flow. Hydromancy.
false. It says false.
False. Well,
Okay.
just see.
Okay.
Okay. See. Now you agree.
um,
I hear you.
I hear you too.
Thanks.
Uh,
But I mean, yeah, there's so many different. I like axonomancy. That's divination by throwing an axe or a hatchet and observing the direction of the handle
I
and
don't like that
interpreting
one
the
either.
quivering of the blade.
I don't like
Right?
that one. I don't like that one because the direction of the handle is all about your throwing style.
Yeah.
It's all about how you throw your axe. It could tell you a lot about. I think it can tell you a little bit about yourself on how you not how you perceive yourself, your love life, or anything like that. I think it could tell you about how your stature is and how you move when you're throwing things. I mean, you can get a really good feel on how your arms are moving, how you can correct action and things like that. But physically, it could
Hmm.
tell you things physically about yourself on how you throw something. But I don't think it's going to tell you about your love life, or your
No.
future.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it could tell you about your future. Like if you threw an axe and it was all wonky like this, is like you're not going to be a pitcher anytime soon.
You're not going to be an axe thrower. Don't even bother going to those bars that have the axe throwing thing.
But no, I saw something about people that read smoke.
That's one.
I've heard of smoke signals, but not telling my future off of it. And that's being indigenous. That's probably something I really should believe in.
Yeah.
To get
There's
me.
coming to get you. Is that what you said? Coming
Yeah,
to get
come on,
me?
get me. I don't know. I just palm reading and for some reason reading tea leaves just
But it's just like specifically tea leaves. But you believe in like the bones and you believe in tarot
yeah.
and things
And
like that.
I do. I do. But like yeah, there's but like tarot. Tarot is a tool.
Yeah.
The cards are a tool of Yeah. Tarot is a tool of divination. Well, bones and runes are a tool of divination. So you're putting power into them. Me drinking a cup of tea with floating one, I don't think I could. I as much as I love tea, I don't think I can drink loose tea in my fucking tea to begin with.
No, I always strain my tea.
and and the people that do that are just fucking weird. but
That's the way. That's the way the British do it.
I know they're fucking weird.
It's they also put milk in their tea. I don't understand that at all. I
Yeah,
can't. I can't stand milk in my tea.
yeah, them are the
Um,
French.
can
Un café au lait, please. No,
can no can can you see me? Am I frozen?
I can see you on my small screen, but not on the big screen. And if I can see you on the small screen, that means everybody else can see you too.
Yeah, because I know it blooped again.
Yeah, that's you're not frozen there, so I wasn't gonna worry about it yet.
Yeah, we could just do that at the break. I can jump off and jump back
Yeah.
on. Ooh, excuse me.
I want to know. So we got what 4 people in here right now. I want to know
Cost.
what they're skeptical on. What's things that they because I'll bash palm reading and tea leaves for an hour. I don't care. but it I want to know what they're skeptical on. And I want to know what Dave's skeptical on besides anal probing.
little little skeptical, little fear. That's I exit only aliens. I just want to say if you abduct me, don't stick anything in my butt.
Yeah, cut me open. Shit.
Yeah, I'll take a scar.
Yeah,
Look this way. That's fine.
yeah. Shit.
Take out some of this fat while you're at it. You can study that all you want.
Give me a little lipo.
Yeah, it's
No,
an alien
that's
invention anyway.
liposuction.
Oh yeah, reverse engineered. Men in Black said that.
Oh yeah, shit. That's right.
Oh man.
All right. So, speaking of break, why don't we take a quick break? Ah,
We can do that. But yeah, you
Date
guys,
is
it's the 10th of January, 2022.
and mine just said okay when I said let's take a break, and it said okay.
Okay. Yeah. See, they agree. So, let's take a quick break. We're gone. Go ahead and hit up the chat. Let us know what you guys are skeptical on. Let's talk about it because that's this whole show. We're gonna talk about shit that we just don't believe in, even though we believe in other shit that's very similar to the shit that we don't believe in. Chewing that for a moment.
Yeah.
thanks. Huh. Sure. Okay.
Ah, sorry for the
I'm
long break.
lost.
Okay. I was lost too, evidently.
Apparently.
You're not all frozen. So you
No,
didn't leave and come back.
Danger.
I did leave and come back.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. Oh. Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I thought you popped me in because I left and I came back and it didn't pop me in. So I was like, okay, so I walked off. And then
Hmm.
by the time I came back, I was back on.
Hmm. Interesting.
So it's like, oh,
Somebody let you in.
somebody let me in. Who is
Go.
he?
Oh,
Not just say John.
no, I said keep going.
See, keep going. Ooh.
All right. So, Dave, what's something from the paranormal that you don't really, you're skeptical of?
I don't believe in telekinetics.
The ability to move things with your mind.
Yeah. I don't believe in those guys that can bend spoons, that can move stuff with their mind. I don't believe that's possible.
Didn't they disprove that spoon thing though?
Oh yeah.
With
I know. But
literally-
I mean a lot of it, illusionists and whatever, sure, but I mean there are people out there that still claim to this day that they are telekinetics, that they can move stuff. Like, they take the ruler on the cup and they cover it with a fish tank and they go like this and the ruler moves around. I I don't buy it. I don't believe in it. I
I've
would
seen some interesting old videos of people moving shit with their mind.
yeah.
Like the old school scientific videos when they're really getting into parapsychology or whatever they call it.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah. I'm not buying it. I don't and there are things I don't have to see something to believe in it.
Hey,
Hey,
all
Dover.
right. How's it going?
But yeah, I don't believe our telekinetics are possible now. Maybe when we're using 100% of our brain, maybe that's something that could be tapped in later. But as it stands right now, I don't believe we can move stuff with our mind. I don't think.
Let's see.
I, we'll
Nancy.
see.
No, I said
Oh,
Nancy.
oh,
She came back.
Nancy. What do you think, Nancy? Do you believe in that?
Well, I don't know. I think the ability is out there, but well, what do you call it when someone? Well, no, I think I remember you telling me what you think it's more of a
I think
precognition,
it's more of a premonition.
more precognition than
Yeah. See, and it's just something
telekinetic.
back when I was in like seventh grade, I thought I had telekinesis because I I would sit there and I'd look at someone's books on their desk and I'd go, those books are going to fall, and then they fall, or I'm going to make those books fall, and they fall. I believe now that that was me foreseeing that and not actually doing it, not actually creating that.
So you saw it happen, you didn't make it happen.
Right.
That's interesting. That's it. I see. I'm not. It's a toss up for me. It really is. It's a toss up because
Oh, really? You're just like totally against tea leaves, but you're not sure about telekinesis.
well, that well, don't get me wrong. Well, maybe I'm. I don't. Okay, I don't know if I'm totally against telekinesis. I think it can happen, but I think you have to be one of those special individuals that has opened like 40% of their brain up.
Well, like I said, if somebody's using like so much
Uh,
of their brain, is it possible down the road? Maybe. I don't think it exists now.
what about what? Okay, well, I'm gonna kind of stay in that range there. with telekinetics
See,
and go, what about mind reading, telepathy? There's a there's
I
a
believe mind
$1 million
reading
reward
is
out there
possible.
if someone can do it. James Randy offers it. Wow, I didn't know that, Dover.
what is this?
There's $1 million reward out there for someone who could actually move something with their mind.
I'm gonna start practicing right now.
who couldn't use 7 figures in their bank account?
Right.
Well, no,
Um,
but the same theory of telekinesis also runs with telepathy. So, do you believe that people have the ability to read other people's minds?
yes, I believe that's possible. Because
What makes that different for you? The power of the mind to move something, whereas the power of mind to read another a person's mind. Is it
because
what-
well, because
the
you're using
energy?
the energies. Yeah, the energy is the same. You're using your mind to read a thought. You're not using your mind to move matter. I think that's a different form of energy.
So,
And and I've done it.
get a
So so I believe telepathy is possible because I've experienced it. But I mean, I would believe in telepathy more than telekinesis because I believe thought can affect thought. I don't believe that thought can affect matter.
is it
Does that make
more?
sense?
Is it more that there you can actually join into someone's actual wavelength to be able to read their mind, so that energy kind of
Yeah,
matches up with each
I
other?
think that I think the frequency has to be the same. It's kind of like intercepting a wave transmission,
Yeah,
or your cell phone picking up somebody else's.
you have to be on that right
So
megahertz
you have
signal.
to be on that
That
right signal strength, the right frequency in order to catch that.
yeah,
Joe.
You have your spirit box that scans the radio stations to
yeah.
pick up the spirit voices, right? Same type of thing, only you can scan and pick up someone's thoughts.
But
I
manipulating something with your
I
mind is totally.
well, and
I mean,
this is
it's something
I
different.
don't know if I believe. Well, I don't believe in mind control. I don't believe that someone can control another person's thoughts.
And see, I think they can if
I
that
I
person
believe
is
in I believe in brainwashing and all that
susceptible.
kind of stuff. Yeah, I believe that I believe in hypnosis. I
What about
believe that
like?
people I believe that people can be hypnotized.
Oh yeah, I was.
I believe in the power of suggestion, absolutely.
What about?
But I can't. I don't believe that someone could walk up to someone and say, "Stab yourself in the hand," and they'll do it. Not
Yes.
without some sort of pharmaceutical or
Manchurian
Manchurian
see,
candidate. That's an interesting comment,
well, see,
Dover.
I was gonna bring up not Tenet, but the one with uh Leonardo DiCaprio, where they
You mean Shutter Island or?
no, where they go into the guy's dreams. God, to restructure the dream to where they make it feel like he's actually doing it in the
Oh, Inception.
Inception. That would be a form of telepathy, or would that be dream walking? And
That's
are those
that's
two the
that's
same?
more that's more dream walking. Come
Um,
on,
I still got you though.
moving.
Yeah, you're moving. You're fine.
All right. Um, but yeah, no, I believe dream walking. Yeah, I believe dream walking and telepathy are similar because it's still a thought process. You're
Getting
still
on
like,
the same way.
yeah, you're still like, yeah. Um, but
What?
yeah, I don't believe that thought can affect matter. I don't believe you can start fires with your mind. I don't believe you can move water with your mind. I don't believe you can conduct electricity with your mind. Maybe that one, because that is electricity, the neurons in your brain. But I'm gonna go. I'm gonna take
My
a.
mind
I'll take
already
a.
does
I'll take
that.
a fifth on that one, but or drink a fifth later. But the yeah, I just don't believe I can't use my mind and pick an object up and throw it. I
Yeah.
I just don't think that's possible.
All right, Dover. You're still there, and you got your own little paranormal YouTube thing going as well. Uh, is there something in the paranormal world that is skeptical to you? Like, I'm pretty sure you believe in a lot of different things. I haven't got a chance to watch your videos yet. But are there certain things out there that you go, no, I just don't believe in that, or I'm skeptical of that? That's what I want. I want to get the audience take on this because
I know. I'm waiting for Holly to pipe in because Holly's got to have something.
Holly, Rachel, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of things Rachel doesn't believe in. She's just not sharing. Uh,
Yeah, I think she's mad because you don't believe in tea leaves, bro.
yeah, Dude, I don't know about tea leaves, man. I just
That's it. We can't be friends anymore. You don't believe in tea leaves.
tea leaves. Some reason tea leaves and palm reading, man. I don't, and I'm kind of a little bit with you on that telekinesis. I just don't know if we have that ability yet.
Yeah, I can't say that it's not going to be. I am. I mean, and this kind of goes with the mythological creatures. Rachel's more okay.
Oh no, I know what happened. Okay.
We love you, Rachel. Um,
Most of the tech, lots of scientific problems are based on current paranormal hypothesis. So, are you talking about like the technology that is used to like do the actual paranormal investigations and stuff that actually
we're talking like like
not
spirit
necessarily
box,
doing
for
the work?
example. Is there a type of tech that you don't believe? That people say does the paranormal, but you don't believe it? Like like the spirit box or the EMF detector or something like that. Nice. My thing is the flashlight. I hate the flashlight experiment. That thing pisses me off in the shows because the whole thing is you unscrew the flashlight just enough to where it shuts off,
Yeah.
and the spirit actually makes the light come on.
Yeah.
I don't believe in that. I think that's BS.
Well, the problem with the tech that in is thermodynamics. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hot and cold makes things expand and shrink. I totally understand that one. Uh, my thing is with all the tech, you can create all the tech in the world to do a ghost hunt, even the stuff that we're using, like the ghost tube that we're using.
Hmm.
You can create all these all you want, but there's no real true way to prove that it's actually
E.
talking to someone or picking up a spirit.
Yeah.
You kind of have to have faith in what you're looking at.
Yeah.
And if you're a believer, you're a believer. If you're not a believer or skeptic, it's going to really be hard to wrap your mind around anything that this technology that anybody's created actually works. I think the only one that I think that has a little bit of legitimacy when it comes to kind of proving there's something there that you can't see with the naked eye is that maybe the SLS camera.
I knew you were going to go there.
Or if a ghost speaks through radio waves, it has to convert the sound into electrical signal through an amplitude modulator, and then has to be sent to an antenna to be received by a radio. That's a lot of shit for it to fucking be doing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So what about those mics that can pick up what the naked ear can't necessarily hear, but it picks up all those minute sounds that you don't necessarily hear, but then you actually hear a voice coming through.
I mean, like a digital recorder,
Yeah,
like
like
that.
the digital,
That kind of.
and yeah, that's the theory behind the digital recorder, because it's that infrasound and ultrasound mics. Yeah, kind of exactly. So like if
I don't know.
those are picking up a
Infrasound is
fucking
nasty. That
picking up a
infrasound
rat
always gives me
fart,
weird vibes.
picking up a rat fart, a mile away, and then all of a sudden someone comes talking, is it really? Well, frequency and response ranges are interesting too, because you every frequency out there right now that we utilize is actually being utilized by something. Um, I mean, companies buy these ranges and these megahertz ranges for these frequencies, and they literally own them, and they're fucking broadcasting tons of shit on there. So it comes into mind is if are we picking up ghosts, or are we just picking up shit coming through those ranges with our mics? Because shit, I mean, Dish Network just bought another frequency to broadcast shit on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
yeah, very true. Most mics, the door says most mics can record frequencies above and below what humans can hear, which is very true. So,
Yeah,
how can
much like a video camera can pick up what the naked eye can't.
yeah, and that's see, I say yes and no to that because I think your eye sees everything. I think it's what your
Your
brain is
brain,
able
what your brain
to
can pick up.
is what your brain can freaking filter out.
Okay. Yeah, but then
So
like,
okay,
you
so
know,
there was a tech guy. Do you think technology has hurt the paranormal world, or it helped the paranormal world? I guess you think it was a bonus or a plus or negative on that? I guess the best way to put it. That's what I want. I can truly
I think that
understand the
I think that
skeptical on
I
tech.
think technology's definitely brought the paranormal world into the forefront
Yeah, yeah, I
because
think
because
it
it's
gives the
something
average Joe something to do.
it's something tangible that someone who is not as sensitive but wants to know about the paranormal. Okay, I actually have a box that can help me detect the paranormal. I have a K2 meter that lights up when there's a ghost around,
Yeah,
whether you believe it or don't believe it. I have an Ovilus that, you know, miraculously takes the electromagnetic fields in the area and changes them into words because that's how ghosts can speak.
yeah.
Um,
I think it helped greatly if you understand what you're measuring and how and to interpret the information gathered. Yeah, yeah. I think you kind of hit the nail on the head there on that. I think you have to have a little bit of a scientific mind to really truly understand the things that you're going to be utilizing to do any type of paranormal investigation or discovery with any of the devices that you're using. Um, I'm a big supporter of the Ghost Tube app. I kind of I put it out there a lot. Um, I love it. For me, it's all for entertainment purposes. But at the same time, before I even started talking about this Ghost Tube app, I did like a bunch of fucking research on it and my phone and what all this stuff does, and started comparing. But you're still there. We're good. But then I started comparing the things that my actual phone does to what the actual things like the Mel meter does, and what a ghost box does or Ovilus, um, and what EMF
Hey,
detector and a proximity detector do. And what I found out is my phone works actually better than 80% of the stuff that you can buy separately out in the paranormal world, unless you're going to go spend 10 grand on something.
yeah, unless you're going to get top of the line stuff, this
Unless
app
you get
works
top of
pretty
the line
well.
stuff, my phone works better than most of the shit you're gonna find off of fucking Amazon. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So yeah, I think you're right. I think you have to know, at least have a general idea on what you're working with and how to use it. I use mine for entertainment value only. I love it. I love the mouse squirrel moments we get on the show with it. I love the fact that it gives a little bit more entertainment when weird shit comes through. I love it when it gives us fucking credibility about the subject we're talking about. But it really is for entertainment value only. If I was probably gonna do a ghost hunt, which me and Dave are gonna be trying to do this summer, uh, probably gonna be bringing a little bit more something than my freaking phone.
Yeah, it'd be funny to
It's
do I'd like to do the phone and maybe have the equipment as well, and see
oh yeah,
if if their responses and stuff are similar. Um, but yeah, I mean, I yeah, I don't take it seriously. I used the Ghost Tube app when I was in the antique shop.
that
I
was
mean,
amazing.
mainly because I don't have anything else,
Yeah,
and we got some interesting stuff
yeah.
in the antique shop. It was pretty cool. And then when we had the haunted objects, we used the Ghost Tube app with the objects that we were talking about and experimenting on and things like that.
I do the same, but I don't take it seriously.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I get it. I mean, this I love doing the show because I love talking about it. Dave loves doing the show because he loves talking about this stuff. And we also believe in the paranormal. That does help.
Yeah.
But I don't think either one of us. I don't think we. I mean, we joke around about this stuff a lot too. So I don't see us taking it like super serious. It's not our lives. We have our other lives. Sometimes things happen that make you scratch your head. I don't use phone apps, but I use X Paranormal. Oh, I have to look that up. X Paranormal. See what that's about. Wonder
Hmm.
what that's there. Man, I have stuff that make me scratch my head. That's the shit I do on a daily. I'll do something and scratch my head and wonder why the fuck I just did that. Let alone paranormal shit. PC program. That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah, it's a PC program. I'm looking at the download right now. X Paranormal Detector is an application designed to try to detect paranormal activity in your surroundings.
And it runs through your PC instead of the phone.
Yeah, it's
So
PC
basically, we're
download.
using your PC the same way we use GhostTube on our phone.
Yeah.
I've tried a bunch of different freaking uh, ghost paranormal stuff on my phones. And I can say GhostTube is the only one I've actually truly liked so far.
Yeah, I've tried a couple and I was like, oh, these are crap. But then yeah,
Yeah.
you told me about GhostTube. I put that in, and yeah, I've been really pleased with it.
Yeah, but no, I can understand the skepticism a lot on the technologies though of everything out there because you're trusting something. One, you're trusting something that you didn't make. That's like it's like letting someone else drive for me. When I'm driving,
Oh, I lost you. Yeah, he completely dropped. I don't know what happened there.
oh, that was a big bloop.
Yeah, you were like, "Blah," and then you were gone.
Yeah. That was a big bloop,
Yeah.
like for a minute. Oh, like I said, it's like trusting something that somebody else makes, so, like other technology and things. For me, it's like letting someone else drive. Because like the car, like when I drive a car, I'm cool, I'm calm, I trust myself. When I let someone else drive, I have to trust someone else that they know what the fuck they're doing. and they're not going to kill me. And that's probably a byproduct of being a kid and driving around with all my brothers like Monty and Harley and and the crazy shit they did. Um,
And
so I can definitely understand the skepticism behind the technologies that people use to do paranormal investigations.
Yeah, I know. I use the tools like that, like the Ghost Tube app, to kind of reinforce what I'm feeling and seeing
Yeah.
as a sensitive. So if that can corroborate what I'm witnessing, then I take that as good. But yeah, if I'm not getting anything, if I'm not feeling anything, and I'm getting something on the Ghost Tube app, I don't know. That makes me go, okay, I might take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But if I'm like, I'm feeling that there's an attachment on this thing, and the EMF on the Ghost Tube goes off,
It's
I'm
kind of
like, okay,
giving you validation of
yeah,
what
that's
you
giving me
feel.
validation of what I'm feeling.
I really wish I could have my phone at work.
Right? Be all.
uh
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I got it.
no,
Uh,
yeah. Oh,
yep,
no. Mm-mm.
nope, nope, not going there, not going in that place.
agree.
Unfortunately, I can't.
No,
To disagree. Yeah, you're probably right. I'm probably going into that place.
yeah, you're going in. You don't get your phone, but you're going in. Hmm.
Oh, oh God. I don't know. I don't think there's a lot out there that I don't.
Yes.
No, it's a can that I don't necessarily either believe in or want to believe in. Does that make sense? Besides fucking palm reading and fucking tea, I just don't get that, man. I don't understand that. It may I don't know. Maybe it's because I've never done it. Like I have like I'm skeptical to the point like I don't even want to try it.
Mhm.
And that could be part of the issue there. And I'm interested. I'd be interested to see what someone would say if they actually read my palm. Like actually go to a palm reader. I think I might try it. I'm gonna look for a palm reader. I'm gonna see if I can change how I feel about palm reading. I'm gonna go see a palm reader.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Tell me something that'll make me believe that you're not full of shit.
Yeah,
Give me something. You know, don't
because
just say, you know,
I'm gonna be I'm gonna be very upfront about it. I'm like, listen, I am very much a believer in the paranormal. I do not necessarily believe in palm reading, but I've never had my palm read.
yeah.
I'm
I
gonna
said no.
allow you to change your mind.
See, I
Okay,
said
maybe
no.
I won't. When it comes to
Why
tech
did you come?
used, man, they got all chatty again.
I know, right? Sentences too. What the heck?
Yeah. When it comes to tech used in paranormal research, there is one question to consider: how can you build something to detect the paranormal? Yeah, and that's kind of what I was
Switch.
getting at when you kind of brought it up. Is that there's no true real way of knowing if the stuff really does work.
Yeah,
When you have an understanding of what it is you are trying to detect, not that these tools can't, but it would be a coincidence at best in your opinion. Okay. So basically, you have an understanding on the possibilities of frequencies or uh, infra frequencies, I guess you could say, or audio and visual frequencies, I guess is the best way to put it. Understanding where you might be looking for paranormal activity inside those frequencies and creating a machine that can detect those frequencies can actually lead you into building something that could possibly detect the paranormal. What'd yours just say?
No, I'm not getting anything.
Mine's got like super chatty.
Yep. I haven't had anything in the last 45 minutes.
All right. Do you know anything about tea leaves?
Me?
Yeah.
I know I like to drink tea, but
Yeah.
I mean, no. I haven't. That's not something I've studied.
I'm interested.
I
I mean,
don't. I believe that. I believe that divination is divination, and you can use any medium to perform your divination. It's just if you believe in that, if you believe in that object, then you can use it as a divining instrument, whether it's tea leaves or bones or the wind or tarot or thunder, um, the pattern of your pee. Whatever. I'm sure there's something out there. Um, yeah, I agree with that, Dover. There's nowhere to understand where to start because it's something we can't. It's not tangible. We can't see it. It's not something that we can, as humans.
okay. All right. So I'm gonna put it. I want to put something like this. So, say I see something, grab my phone, bam, take a picture. It's still there when I take the picture. Bam. Look at the picture. It's not there. But I can see it still. But it's not in
Mhm.
my picture. Paranormal.
Done.
Yeah,
What's the difference between that and me not seeing something,
and
take a
taking a picture
picture,
and it being
and
there.
having it show up in that picture?
I still think that's
What's
paranormal.
what's the difference? I mean that's kind of that's the only way I can kind of explain on how we're creating this technology. As we've gone through so much, we've gone to since the age of technology really started beginning with taking pictures and audio recordings and things that
Bruh.
we've caught all this unexplainable pictures and sounds and things before we've developed better technology to help us hear those sounds or help us see those pictures. It's not that we had a place to start from. We started from a place of accident, which is where we started on most of our technologies, is a place of accident. This accidentally happened. I accidentally caught this figure again, but we're back.
Yeah.
I accidentally caught this figure with this freaking Polaroid camera.
Well, yeah, like
So you can use your
you
camera.
know, pictures, and like you said, like a digital recorder. A digital recorder was not invented for the paranormal.
No, it
It
was
was
intended
it
to
was a
take
means
second.
of recording your voice
Yeah,
so you could dictate something and write it down later or whatever. Interviewing somebody for a paper, whatever. And, tape recorders were the same thing.
yeah.
And if you pick up a voice on it,
That's not
that
yours or anybody
that's
else's.
not yours or anybody else's. Okay, wow, that's weird.
So I that's why I say I have a little bit of a disagreement when you say where do we start. That's where we started. We started by accident,
Yeah.
but at the same time, this technology that we're creating to help us still discover this paranormal world that we're also interested in want to belong to, it's still not a true science, if that makes sense. It's not. It's you can't mathematically or scientifically create a solution to a problem you don't know if there's an answer to. Because as much as we believe in the paranormal, we still don't truly know if there is life after death. And we won't know until we fucking die.
Yeah. And then it's too late. You can't get that stuff on tape.
Yeah, unless you come back like,
Unless you come back and
dude,
someone's digital recorder I came back.
I'm gonna give you all this information.
Reincarnation, bitches, get your digital recorders out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna explain to you.
We are coming up with a mathematical equation to create the shit that you need to create so we can have a true conversation.
Yep.
Rachel says you'd have to back to my tea leaves. You have to think the reading of tea leaves came with those that use teas for healing. So okay, that takes me over to the Far East in China, Japan, and those areas where teas were really methodically used in healing processes. Yes, we're simply looking to use the tools at our disposal to verify our observations and experience. Absolutely, Dover. Yes, I took the long way around of saying that. But again, I'm still with
For
you.
you.
I'm very skeptical on the technologies we use to do paranormal investigation and discovery. The bad thing is I'll trust my ears and eyes before I'll trust this. I'll trust the feeling of my skin and my senses before I trust this. But the only way I can legitimize what I feel and see and hear is by using something like this.
Yep.
And I'll always go back to the fucking Carl episode and the Yukiko episode when I talk about the legitimacy of using this fucking phone app to on everything. Same Boat published a book on this topic. That's awesome, Dover. What's the name of the book? I don't have a problem freaking busting your book out here on my
Yeah, I'm telling you,
on my
we'll plug
channel.
your book.
Yeah, I'll plug your book all day long.
That's right.
Can you
It
get
wouldn't
it
be
on?
the first book we
Yeah,
plugged.
yeah. Ralph Sarchi, we plugged his book like
We
crazy.
plugged his book.
Still such a great interview. Still very appreciative of him coming on the show and doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but teas. Yeah, I could. But what's okay? When I think of tea leaf, people that read tea leaves out of print right now, I appreciate it, Dover. So you can email a digital copy. I'd like to take a peek at that. When it comes to tea leaves being in the far used for healing, and that's how tea leaf reading
See.
came. Healthy, yes, tea is healthy. Although I heard it creates kidney stones, I haven't experienced that yet. Signal tonight, but it's coming right back.
At least it's coming back now.
Yeah.
So the email address, Dover, is spiritswithspirits13@gmail.com.
But okay, what was that? Oh, I was on a tea leaf thing.
I'm about to go make some tea. You keep talking
Yeah.
about tea leaves.
So it goes back, of course, for healing purposes, really to back to China and Japan and those areas, and then it transfers into gypsies and even to Celtics. I mean, there's tea
Yeah.
leavers in Celtic traditions
Yeah.
too. I don't. I'm gonna have, I think the problem with me experiencing someone reading my teacup is I'm gonna have to drink loose fucking tea.
Sen.
Yeah, you're gonna have some loose tea in your damn cup, and risk getting leaves in your mouth while you're drinking it.
It's appreciate it. I'm definitely gonna take the look at that over. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna have to take a yeah.
Yeah, that
I
sounds
think
like fun.
I'm gonna go with the palm reader first. I think I'm gonna try the palm reader. I'll go from there.
Try the palm reader and then try the tea, because I don't like having loose tea leaves in my. I've ripped a tea bag in my cup.
Oh yeah, horrible.
Not
It's
necessarily tea, right?
say.
It and it's not doesn't necessarily have to be tea either.
Oh yeah, I've heard the coffee grind people too, but
Yeah,
again, those
but
coffee
again,
grinds and your fucking
it could also be just like water. You could just have water and something in the bottom of the cup. You swish it around, use something, and you dump the water out, but you leave the thing, and then you read whatever's in there: leaves, paper. It doesn't just necessarily have to be tea, and it doesn't necessarily have to be the tea leaves. But that's the I guess supposed to be the way to do it.
this tea leaves.
Yeah,
First half, my
yeah.
Dover says first half of his book is his experience. The second half is the tech topics. It's gonna be an interesting read.
Hmm.
I'll check that out.
Sounds like fun. Um, yeah, grinding an herb into a powder.
Yeah,
Yeah, but yeah, again, you're talking like you were talking Celtic, Druidic,
yeah.
um,
Gypsy.
Viking. I could see any of that stuff doing that type of divination.
It's just I don't know. Maybe it's just weird to me.
You know, like you know, they did. I don't know if you saw the movie Stardust,
Mm.
but it's right here. But in the movie Stardust, the witches would
Oh yeah, yeah,
actually cut up an animal, and how the organs and stuff came out
yeah.
was
Devil.
divination. It was to
It's the devil.
Yeah, it was the devil. That's what it was. Teaching me to play the
Can you
foosball.
hear me?
I can hear you.
We're talking about you. But there's so many ways to do it. And I believe in that to the extent was if that's the medium that you believe in, that you believe works for you, then I believe in it for you. I don't believe that everybody can use the tea leaves as divination.
Yeah, I mean, I could see if reading tea leaves was. I think you had to be. I don't know. Is it okay? Here's another thing. You could be taught to use tarot.
Yes.
You can be taught to read bones. You can be taught to read ruins. Can you be taught to read tea leaves? Isn't divination
Yes.
kind of like telekinesis?
Date
Intent is
is at
kind of the same thing, right? Ooh, maybe. Uh, oh, I like that. Well, honestly, it's all right. I'm gonna go this way right here. Uh, divination. The difference between divination and telekinesis is divination is necessarily having the power with your mind. Divination is basically and I don't want to say it like this, but I'm gonna say it like this. Divination is religious based. The fact of divining, you are churning a power greater than you and using that power and
S.
using that's divine power to divine. It's religious. I don't care if you're Christian, you're a Sutru, you're pagan, Satan, it's divine. You're
Yeah.
using something else's energy and power to use in for your will. Whereas
Yeah.
telekinesis, you are using your own will, your own mind, nobody else's power.
Yeah. You're using your own mind to to manipulate, to affect matter. The definition of divination is the practice of seeking knowledge of the unknown by supernatural means.
Yeah. So your divination is not necessarily you having the power in it, but having the faith in the power that you uh I guess pray to. Divination, the word divination really comes from the word divine, which comes from religious aspects. It's a divine power, it's a godly power. That's
Yeah.
where divination comes from. So you're
Right.
literally getting granted a power from a divine spirit, a godly spirit.
Yeah. So you like what Rachel said. It's passed down in families usually, but you have to have the gift. I agree with that. There's
And
you
certain
can
faith,
you can learn to a certain extent. You can study and read and all that kind of stuff. Um, but I mean, it's just like playing football. You can learn to play football,
but if you don't have the talent for
but
it,
if you don't have the talent for it, you're never going to go anywhere with it. You okay, I like to go throw the ball around and do stuff, but you're not going to make the NFL by learning to play football.
you have to have that
You
physical
have
talent.
to
You have
have
to have
that
born with
ability.
that
You have
physical
to have the
ability.
natural ability to play football, and then you learn on top of that to hone that ability to
Yeah, you get coached.
become to become the best version of that you can be.
So yeah, I think yeah, being born with it is being born with that natural talent and then learning how to use that natural talent. Whereas you can read and learn and practice on how to use tarot. You can
Hmm.
learn and read and practice on how to astral project.
Oh,
But unless you have a true gift in the matter, how well are you doing those things?
Yeah.
Because I know people that can astral project that have never trained, which is dangerous in itself.
Yeah.
All right, give me something else that you're skeptical on. I'm skeptical I might not have enough beer. Oh, all right. Here's one for you. And I'm not sure if I. Faith is a tough bird. People from three religious experience the same event and all three have different opinions on what it was. You are absolutely
That's
correct.
absolutely right.
And that kind of basically, uh, what's the word? Defines religion in a nutshell. In fact, I had a talk. One of my favorite pastors. Uh, he's a really cool guy. He loved talking because I love debating about the Bible and stuff. Uh, One of my favorite things that we did, and this was at his church. We were talking about it, and I was talking about how the Bible is all set up for interpretation, and he didn't necessarily believe that because he just gave a sermon, and I was like, it was a great sermon, but that based off that sermon, it's just based off on how you perceived what was written inside that Bible, and that's kind of how the discussion started. So I put it out to him. I made a bet that I can have four of his uh,
way.
practitioners. What's the word I'm looking for?
Congregation.
Yeah, four people from the congregation read the same passage
That would be
separately.
parishioners. It's
Parishioners,
parishioners. That's the
parishioners. There
word.
it is.
Yeah.
Uh, Four of his parishioners read the same passage in the Bible separately, and then have each one of them come up and give the interpretation of what they read. And I bet that all four of them would have a different interpretation. and he bet that they wouldn't. They would all perceive it the same way. I won. They all perceived it differently. And
Mhm.
that's when he started really thinking about the sermons that he was given. And he actually, it was funny because he would read the Bible, but he would not give sermons out of the Bible anymore. And when he did quote the Bible, he would literally say, in my perception of what I'm reading here, this is what I think this means. He would literally say that in his sermons after we had that discussion. I was like, dude, you're awesome. he,
Xander.
he took what I said is like, this is what I perceive. What you read in that same passage could be totally different, but this is what I perceive. I'm just here to help guide you. He quit being someone who talked to people and became someone and treated it as a guide instead of a teacher. It's kind of how he kind of changed how he did his sermons. He's like, I'm no longer your teacher. I'm not a teacher. I can't teach you the Bible. Only you can teach yourself the Bible. I'm here to guide you along the way and try to answer any questions that you might have. He was a cool dude. I liked Keith. He was a really cool dude. He's also the first person I ever say, just because you go
Imprisoned.
have a fucking beer and cuss, go have a beer at the bar and cuss a lot and smoke a cigarette doesn't mean you're a fucking sinner and going to hell. I was like, wow, he said that in front of everybody. He was a pretty cool dude. But yeah, Faith is a tough bird. So, what was I getting ready to say? No, the ability to talk to animals. How do you feel about that? And okay, let me put the ability to communicate with animals. Because I'm 100% animals can understand us, or we can teach them to
to
understand us.
to an extent, yeah.
Animals can have a vocabulary
Yes.
of what, but we teach them from like dogs, like puppies, to sit and stay and to roll over. We teach them all that stuff
Yeah.
where they can follow basic commands and their God spoke to no women. Yeah. Ain't no Jane in the Bible.
Ooh.
No, but actually be able to communicate with animals.
I don't know.
I haven't seen that language on Babbel yet.
No. There's no German Shepherd language on Babel. But, you know, and I mean, as far as communicating, I mean, yeah, we can talk to dogs. And it's said what that dogs can have up to a 50-word vocabulary.
Yeah. Parrots is
Um,
like 200 and something or
yeah,
300 and something.
cats is like I don't know, it's like 150 or something like that, but they don't care anyway.
Yeah.
Um, but uh, God, I if you're talking like Doctor Doolittle, then no.
Yeah, I'm talking like Dr. Doolittle. I'm
Yeah,
talking
then
druidic,
no, no, I don't. No,
commune with nature.
I do not believe that that's possible. I mean, I look at like Caesar Milan, and he does some shit that
That dude is a dog whisperer. He
I'm
is.
like that's paranormal to me. That's something that I've never seen anyone else do. The shit that he does.
Yeah, and that's actually kind of what Dover just pointed out. The words and body language, audio and visual cues. That's
Yeah,
exactly that is Caesar Milan in a nutshell.
yeah.
I agree.
Tones.
I think you can speak to anything that way, not just
Yeah,
animals. You can speak to
yeah,
people that way. You don't have to say something to people. You can give them an audio and visual cue and not necessarily say a word, and they'll know exactly what you mean. especially if you've hung out with them too long. But yeah, with the actual ability to commune, one, that's basically, but there are people that can literally hear language and know it.
Yeah.
The damn dogs know what I'm going to do before I do.
Oh, he's going for a walk.
Yep.
He's putting his shoes on. I know what we're doing.
Shoes on. Time to go smoke.
Time to go outside.
Yep. It's time to go outside. We're going out back. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my dog sees me get up and put my shoes on in the morning, and he's like, "Oh, we're going. Oh, we're going. I know we're going." So he'll sit there and whine at me while I'm putting my shoes on. Uh, but yeah, I just, with the, body language, tones, audio and visual cues. Yeah, absolutely. And Caesar Milan is like the Chuck Norris of that area.
Oh, yeah. My dog, I think it's funny. I just have to bring this up because we were just talking about that. My dog knows if I don't say goodbye to her when I'm leaving the house, she knows that she's going.
Yeah.
Like if I don't say, all right, bye, be a good girl before I leave, she knows she's actually coming with me. So if I don't say goodbye, she's right there at the front door waiting for me to open it.
Yeah.
It's like, you didn't say goodbye. That means I'm going. And when you forget to say goodbye, it gets to be a pain in the ass with a husky. But you didn't say goodbye. Oh, yeah. Man, that'd be a high level, but it is communication nonetheless. Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think I'm more talking about the ability to literally Dr. Doolittle it. You know what I mean? The times of the Druids where they were able to speak with animals. I think it's like learning a new language without studying a language. But there are people out there that have actually done that. There are actually people that have walked in and just started speaking a language that they've never spoke before.
Yeah, that's called demonic possession, dude. No,
That is true too.
Ralph Sarchi said it.
Yeah,
Speaking a language that you never spoke before.
you would be a wealthy man. Yeah, you would. Dr. Lulu, yeah. Just from the blackmail alone from all your
Yeah.
pets.
Oh, heck yeah. Better fork over those dog biscuits, bro.
What did he say? Our neighbor
Well,
did what?
our neighbor did what? Yeah, no, I don't know. I think I find it more of a believable like in like Beastmaster.
He felt, he didn't speak.
Right. It was more of a like an empathy, like
An empathy, sympathy, yeah.
yeah, something like that.
In the middle.
Okay.
I'm speaking of October. Speaking of the language, I kicked the bedpost in the middle of the night. I called Yosemite Sam. I called out Yosemite Sam. Risker Fragger Sugar Mugger. Oh, that's awesome. Oh. Oh, that was a good one, Dover. Oh, I got
Yeah, no, or or they not I guess the latest King Arthur movie, King Arthur: Legend of the Sword. They talk about in that one the mage actually saw through the animal's eyes,
Are you
so
talking
could
about
see what the animals.
the one with the dude from
Yes.
SOA, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. She she communed with the dogs
How are
Yeah.
you?
and everything. Oh, great.
Yeah, but she
Very
basically
Michelle.
she saw through their eyes. So she could
Yeah.
see through the eagle's eyes, and she could see through the dog's eyes and the snake's eyes, and
You know, the Beast Smasher.
mm,
He
yeah,
did that with Kodo and Poto and
yeah,
the hawk.
yeah. That's what I was talking about.
I remember running around as a kid going, "Rawr!" Trying to make the hawk noise that he did.
Yeah, Michelle's my wife's name.
Oh wow.
Yeah, well, we do
Yeah,
a
we
weekly show when we can.
yeah,
It's so last year we did 30 episodes
yeah.
out
Uh
of 52 weeks, so that wasn't too bad.
yeah. Yeah, this is what, week 2. Weird night. We're actually gonna be Wednesday nights, but my schedule uh kind of dictates on what I when we can do the show, unfortunately. But most of the time we're Wednesday nights. Now we were doing it Saturday nights for all
Yeah,
last year.
yeah.
But my schedule changed. Now I got Tuesday, Wednesday off, so we're gonna do it Wednesday nights. And then they needed me to work Wednesday, so I have today off. So we're doing it today because Tuesdays have gotten booked up for me.
I'm busy. I'm busy
Yeah.
that day.
Oh yeah. Weekly show. We're on. I work the weekend shift. Yeah, me too. Yeah. Dave's got weekends off, bastard.
I've got weekends off.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Yeah. No, I said no thanks for
Listen.
working on the weekends.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't listen.
Yeah. See? Listen, Linda.
Listen, honey. Listen.
I get all week off. Yo, damn.
So you just work weekends and you have all during the
Yeah,
week off?
but he might work for 24-hour shifts.
Yeah, it might be like I start Friday night and I'm off Monday morning.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep. Oh shit. Yes. All right. So we're gonna take a quick break real quick because we're not done talking about 212s.
212s.
We're gonna continue on with talking about stuff and what you guys don't believe in. But we're gonna take a quick break and we'll be right back. Enjoy the creepy music.
Sit. Cool.
All right, back from break, and Dave is playing with a puppy. Ah, so what were we talking about? Oh, the ability to talk with animals. I don't know if I can get behind that one either.
Yeah, I'm not buying that one.
All right, guys. Those of you just joining us or just tuning in or listening, however you're listening or watching.
Like animal therapists.
Yeah.
I'm not a believer.
Do you think radio waves can be recorded on voice recorders? That's a good question.
I don't think so.
I was gonna say
Um,
yes, they can, but I think it would have to do a lot with the proximity of where you're at to an actual like radio tower and whatnot. If you
yeah.
would be able to catch that.
I mean, it have to be the frequency. I think the frequency would have to be the same, and I don't think you can do that with a voice recorder. A voice
Yeah,
recorder just picks up whatever ambient sound is in the area.
yeah, that's true too.
Um,
But
I
like
think
if you're sitting right next to a tower, I'm pretty sure I don't think you'd pick up
Mission.
what was coming over the radio waves, as in like hearing what it's, because you're not tuned into a frequency. But I think you'd be able to hear the actual radio wave, depending on how close you were to the tower. Does that make sense? Like you'd be able to hear the actual radio wave, but not hear what's actually inside the radio wave. All right.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I just don't believe that it can.
So, Dover, okay. So, Are you talking about being able to hear what's inside the radio wave, as in like the voices and what's on the radio, or be able to actually hear the actual radio wave itself, it actually moving up and down in its wave formation, clicks and buzzes? I think that's all you'd be able to hear is the clicks and buzzes. You wouldn't be able to hear what was actually inside the radio wave. You wouldn't be able to hear the actual broadcast that's on that radio wave.
Dang.
So I guess it's a yes and no for me. You wouldn't be able to hear what's on in the broadcast of the radio wave, but you'd be able to hear the radio wave itself.
Yeah, can't come through in the form of words.
Yes, yeah.
Totally agree.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Because you to actually get the words, you'd actually have to tune into that frequency, which is why you have AM FM radio in your car. It's actually tuning into that frequency. That when you put it on 104.5, you're actually turning to 104.5 kilohertz. It's the frequency. And when you tune to that frequency, that's how you get all your great jams.
104.5 KFUC.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Modulation. Yep. Yeah. No, I wholeheartedly agree. You wouldn't be able to hear what's inside what was on that frequency, but I think you'd be able to hear the actual frequency itself, depending on how close you were to the tower. And the only reason I know that because I've actually been close to
Brought
towers and
you
I've actually
here.
been able to hear the actual frequency moving up and down. You can actually, it's kind of weird. It kind of goes in and out. It's a wave.
What year is it?
It's weird. It can come through as static, and come through as a high pitched sound. It's interesting. It's fun. Well, it's 2022. You believe it's 22 already?
I know, and we're still alive.
Yes, you can hear that with your cell phone sometimes. Oh yeah, technology is awesome and a pain in the ass at the same time. Like the fucking blips that we keep having during the show. Okay, so all right, give me something else. Speaking with animals, yeah, I'm a big skeptic on that one. Like truly speaking, like my dog, like doolittling it. I'm pretty skeptical on that one. What about you, Dave? What's something that what's something Dave goes, I don't think so. Ghost boxes. See, well, ghost boxes are the actual scanning of all those frequencies at a point to the at such a high pace where it can't actually make a word, but yet it uses those frequencies to allow voices to be heard. I don't know. I am a little skeptical on voice. I'm a little skeptical on voice boxes. I think maybe because I think about that a lot.
Yeah, like the obvious, like what we have in the ghost tube is kind of like an obvious.
Yeah, but like the ghost box,
The
the
spirit
scratch
box, like
juice,
that scans the frequency,
yeah,
runs through the radio frequencies really fast, and is supposed to like answer your questions and stuff.
I'm a little skeptical on those. Only for the simple fact that
Edge.
yeah, and that's kind of my thing. It's like, yeah, it's going through so fast, these frequencies. Like, what is it, like a quarter of a second on each frequency as it's going through or something like that? Which doesn't give you time to say a word. But I think it would also depend on how many frequencies it's going through, too. But it's actually, my problem is it's actually going through frequencies. I think that's my problem. It's actually going through frequencies that are being broadcasted out there. It's like literally taking your dial on your the old school dial
Yeah.
on your radio and
And
going super fast in here.
and just hitting seek
Yeah,
and without it stopping, it just seeking all the way
yeah,
through
it
and then
just
starting over.
you know,
Hee ha 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 ha.
yeah,
Yes, I am a giant. Uh,
yeah,
and then they're like, oh, you know, but then I get those ones, those paranormal shows where they're like, okay, we just got a 3-word response that scanned 12 frequencies and it's the same voice. I don't, I
same
don't know.
voices are I don't
Yeah.
know.
I
That's a
gotta
hard
I
one.
gotta
I can
say,
see it on both sides.
and here's one where I'm kind of like, I believe in the spirit boxes, and what gets me is, and you said that the Hellier
Down.
people did it, but I haven't seen that one. But in Kindred Spirits, they use the spirit box or the ghost box or whatever,
Yeah,
the one that scans the frequencies. They use that with the headphones, with the noise canceling headphones, so you can't hear what the other person is asking,
yeah.
but
The
yet the
first I
responses are still intelligent.
Yeah, the first time I saw that was on Hellier,
Yeah,
and they were in 2 different rooms when they did it,
yeah,
and they would ask a question over walkie, and she
yeah.
wouldn't be able to hear, and all of a sudden, she would say something what she heard,
Yeah.
what's
There
coming
was
through, and it's
there was
like and it was intelligent responses. I was like, "That's
yeah,
crazy."
right, and removes the bias, exactly.
Removes the bias, yeah,
That's where I'm like, okay, I'm a believer in that object now. But yeah, if you're just in there, Satan, it's it. No, I'm, okay, fine, whatever. Um,
Well,
but
that's my
yeah,
theory
there was
about
one
these
on,
shows getting too big for themselves.
yeah,
Like, they're too big to fail now. They have
yeah,
to always have
they
something.
have to have something. And that's why I like the original Ghost Hunters, because if they didn't get
Yeah,
anything, they
they
showed
were
that.
great for debunking shit, and
Yeah.
now it's like every show you watch is like, "Oh, we got paranormal here."
Oh,
It's like,
oh my God, this crazy shit happening. Oh my God. Um, or you get that EVP that's like, and you're like, oh my God, it said devil barf. And I'm like, I
"Ah,
can't even get that.
How many?
wasn't Hellier a freaking fantastic show and over?" And I love dude, you gotta watch that one, because I love how they bring the Mothman prophecies into the show, especially in the 2nd season of it.
Yeah,
I
I liked that couple. I've always wanted to meet that couple.
Yeah,
Where?
Dana and Greg Newkirk are freaking
Yeah, I don't care where,
phenomenal.
anywhere.
Love those guys.
But no, there was one Kindred Spirits episode where they believed that the woman that lived in the house was actually channeling the spirits in the house.
Oh,
So they put her in one house, put the headphones on her, and they went to another house and
hmm.
asked questions, and the old lady answered them.
I remember that episode. That was a good one. And she was
She was
answering questions,
answering questions.
like, with, like, a 75% response rate on it.
Yeah,
It was pretty interesting. That was a good one. I remember
yeah,
seeing that was, like, what, season 2 of their Kindred Spirits, if I remember right.
yeah. 2 or 3. It was like, I think they just started season 5.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been watching that pretty good. But yeah, I like the Kindred Spirits because they're more, they're not like, we're just trying to catch evidence and then we're gonna leave you.
They remind me of
Yeah,
old school Ghostbusters.
we're gonna try to help you, and they are the old school ghost hunters. They're from the original Ghost Hunters crew. Um,
No, they were not the originals.
Amy was.
Nope.
Adam came later.
Amy came about 2 years before Adam.
Well, but they were both in Ghost Hunters before Grant left.
Before Grant left, yes, they are BG.
Yeah, they're BG. They're BG Ghost Hunters.
Yeah.
Computer.
I was thinking, based on what we believe ghosts or spirits to be, connected BS2.
See, that's the one, because you were talking about the SLS, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not sure if I believe in the SLS.
And for me, I like the SLS. It could just be my own belief in the SLS. I'm not sure. But I like the SLS for some fact that if
Yeah.
it's not there, it doesn't capture it.
Yeah. I've seen some cool stuff on Ghost Adventures with the SLS.
First time I ever saw the SLS was on Ghost Adventures.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they were the first ones to use it. And or at least the first ones to have it on their show to actually catch
Yeah,
evidence.
yeah. And don't get me wrong, I hate the way they use it now, but
Yeah. I mean, the first time they used it was in Paranormal Activity. I'm just going to put that there.
oh yeah, that's right, huh?
Yeah.
That is right. And it's fascinating to me because like I can turn the SLS camera on in my own house and not catch nothing.
No, me neither.
And but there's certain spots in my house I can always go and catch something. And there's no reason there should be anything there. There's no clothes in the way, to where it might think it's a human, none of those
Yeah.
type of shit, no mirrors, no reflections, no nothing, but yet bam, there it is. Yeah, that's the first thing I always look for, Dover, is reflection when using the Kinect.
Yeah. Like when I used the SLS at the antique shop, I got a hit, but it turned out to be that wooden Indian figure.
Yes. Yeah.
So we were
Eh,
able to debunk it.
yeah. And that's the thing, I don't go in saying like everything I see on that SLS camera, oh, fucking paranormal. I'm not that guy. I am not fucking Zach Baggins.
Well, I'm like, okay. Well, when we caught something at antique shop, I'm like, oh, I got something on the SLS, and then we were like, okay, so
Let's take a look
okay,
here.
let's take a look. Let's get in that. Okay, there's a wooden Indian figure. It's coming from that.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, it's got to be, it's got to be picking up the Indian figure actually resembling a human.
Yeah, because it looks like a human figure.
Yeah. So, yeah,
But you're right. Something has to be interacting inside that infrared spectrum to pick that up.
okay. I got my
Blessed a bunch, huh?
I got
Yeah, like
friend and then blessed a whole bunch of
four
times.
times. Yeah.
You're my blessed friend, John.
We soon have to rethink what we think the paranormal consists of. We could very easily be barking up the wrong tree.
That'd be interesting if all of a sudden it's like
The cleric likes you.
the cleric likes me, right?
You're blessed.
I'm blessed.
I'm gonna some too. Humana, humana.
Humana, pass me a loaf of bread. The body of Christ, the blood of Christ.
Blood of Christ.
Um, but yeah, I think it'll be really interesting. Will you stop? Thank you. But
You're gonna sneeze soon. Get very
hopefully
easily.
not 7 times because I just got blessed a whole bunch of time. Mike is gonna have a big sneezing fit after the show. Um, but I think it'd be really interesting to where they go, oh yeah, we just found out that the paranormal does exist, but it's totally not how you thought.
Like yeah. I'm waiting
Like
for the
it's
government to fucking do that with like what they do with aliens. Hey,
yeah,
we're in the
well,
midst of this
like it's like, oh yeah, UFOs and all that happen, but they don't travel in space. They're from other dimensions.
Yeah.
Something like
What?
that. Yeah.
What?
It's like we just found evidence that Bigfoot exists, but they live under the crust of the earth and they just come up to the surface every couple years.
Yeah. And the reason they make that noise because it's fucking
It's
cold.
fucking cold up here. Arr! That's why we have all that hair. So speaking of which, so I was looking at the percentages, right, of percentage of people that believe in certain things. Okay, and the lowest thing is fortune tellers and psychics that can foresee the future.
Precognition
Yeah, or divination.
or divination. I know what's going on, but I know there's some strange ass shit going on. That's kind of
Yeah,
how I feel about it.
yeah. There's some shit that can't be explained. But anyway, that is
Hey,
17%.
we were talking about that psychics, psychic hotline psychics.
That was my other don't believe. I don't believe in telephone psychics. I don't believe in them. I think that's total bullshit and they making shit up.
Goddamn Chloe.
God damn you, Chloe. California Psychic Hotline. Fuck you guys.
Stole all my money. Yeah, those are scams.
No. Yeah.
Shit.
I believe in psychics. I believe there are psychics. I believe in mediums. I believe also that there are mediums that are full of shit.
Oh yeah.
That are psychics that are full of shit.
Oh yeah.
Um because we're just like, you know, we talked about 80 to 85% of the UFO evidence and stuff that's out there is bullshit.
Yeah.
Likewise, it's the same with psychics and
Yeah.
palm readers and um, people that can see the future and
A lot of
mediums and
them are mentalists.
yeah,
They know how to read people.
yeah,
They pick up on every little piece of body language
See.
and
yeah.
how you say something and
The way you look, the way you gesture or whatever, and that's kind of like what Caesar Milan does with the dogs,
yeah.
with the audio visual.
Pagan.
I think mentalists do the same thing with us.
I've noticed every time my daughter comes into the kitchen it says pagan. Every single time.
I don't know, dude.
It's pronounced pregnant.
Maybe that word's not in the
Yeah.
vocabulary, so it's saying pagan.
I had one experience with a psychic that convinces me beyond any doubt that she is legit. She whispers something in my ear that no other person on earth knows but me. Scared the hell out of me, and
Yep.
I believe it. That's where we say there's that 20 or 15 to 25% of the true psychics out there.
Hmm.
The bad part is you have to fucking weed through the fucking 80 to
You have to
85% of the
yeah, you have
fucking
to weed through the
ones that are
bullshit,
bullshit.
and and that can desensitize anybody
Yeah. Yeah,
to
that
it. To where they're
yeah.
like, it's got to be bullshit.
No, I've had my experiences with a fucking psychic, and
Yeah, me too.
as awesome as it was having that experience, it was also really shitty at the same time.
Yeah. No, it's really funny to have a person come up to me um and is like, um, "You're a psychic, aren't you?" And I'm like, "Apparently, I'm blessed," but I'm like, I don't know. She's like, "Well, I'm a psychic, and I can't read your mind." And I'm like,
Well,
"Maybe
maybe
I don't
we're
have
just
anything
in
on my
tune.
mind.
Maybe we're
Maybe
just in
I'm just
tune.
not thinking anything." Um, but just weird stuff, like I don't know, and part of that is that people can read you, they stuff like that, so it could be bullshit. But those people that can read auras,
Oh yeah, I don't know about those.
I don't know about those either.
There's and we could be wrong. We can, and we're back.
And we're back. We can.
We can be wrong, folks. We can be wrong, but
Sit
Well, yeah.
down.
or
Sit down.
down. She said it with
sit,
attitude that time
sit
too.
down.
Sit
Sit
down.
your ass down.
I could be wrong, but
Yeah. Well, and
the
we could be wrong the other way
wording,
too. Maybe the paranormal is complete bullshit, and we're the ones that are fucking stupid.
I say you won't really know until you die.
It's the date. Cursed.
What is the date first?
No, what is the date? Cursed.
All right then.
It's not the first time I've been told I've been cursed.
Yep.
And no.
I said no.
Said no. I said sit down. God damn it.
I said no.
I said no.
Sometimes I think they're having conversations with themselves.
Sometimes I
They're
think
just
that your
catching up,
ghost tube and my ghost tube are talking to each
talking
other.
to each other. And there's
Or
your
and
ghost tube
my
threats again.
and there's my
Your
and
ghost
there's
tube cutter.
there's my barrier spell doing its work.
Ding, 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 ding. Um, no, psychics. Science describes things that make up our reality. So, if ghosts exist in our reality, we should be able to explain it scientifically. If ghosts are real, then at some point we must be able to prove it. Otherwise, they are not in our reality to begin with. Well, Delver, then you have to think about what our reality, what dimension our reality resides in, and what dimension ghosts actually reside in. Because our reality technically is what they consider the third dimension, whereas ghosts can be an offset of that third dimension, not necessarily be in our actual plane of existence itself, therefore not necessarily in our reality, but at some point in time, they're able to break that barrier to where they can kind of step through into our plane of reality, but yet they're not locked into that spot. So they actually just step right back into their actual plane of existence. Therefore, science can identify what's actually in our plane of reality, but they can't explain what's outside of our plane of existence. Therefore, they can't explain ghosts. That's
Pain.
I have smoked way too much weed when I was younger.
I was like, I'm weird, but you lost me. I didn't get that at all.
uh,
Um,
yeah,
but
reality
I mean,
sucks.
but and I'm gonna go back to when we believed the Earth was flat, and there are some people that still believe the Earth is flat.
Oh
We're
yeah.
just we're just gonna call them stupid. But um, but gosh, 500 years ago we thought the Earth was flat.
Yeah.
Guide. Okay. Um, and it wasn't scientifically proven until we were ready. Until the technology was there, and Galileo was like, dude, the Earth is round.
Yeah.
And then
Well, for the longest
he
time, we thought the
and
sun
then
revolved around us.
yeah, and then he would, poor Galileo, he was executed because of that.
Hmm.
And he was right. But they were like, "Oh no. You got to be like possessed by the devil or something."
Yeah. And
You got
yeah,
to
as
be
soon as we
practicing witchcraft to
realized,
believe that, you know. But
as we,
there are people out there that believe dinosaurs never existed.
and we got the bones to prove it.
Right? But of course that can be faked. But
Mhm.
until we okay, until we I mean, the until the science is there, we can't prove it. Like what Dover said. But I think eventually
At some point in time,
At
we
some
will
point in
have
time, we will have the we will have the technological evolutionary ability to detect life after death.
yeah, they're actually doing everyday studies on life after death experiences.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of colleges and hospitals now getting involved with life after death experience studies and shit like that. So it's gonna happen. I mean, if they can have a vaccine for COVID in 6 months, they can prove uh life after death. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Maybe 10,000 years, but ghosts are real at some point. They will explain. Yeah, I'm a firm believer at some
Yeah.
point
They'll prove it. They'll get it.
they will have the irrefutable 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 proof
Yep.
of life after death.
I I don't know if it's going to be in our lifetime though.
No, I and that's only because I'm already old.
Yeah, Grandpa.
Your grandpa too. About to be grandpa too.
I'm about to get Grandpa too. End of this month.
uh, I don't think it'll happen in my lifetime that they'll be able to prove, like scientifically prove without a reasonable doubt that there is life after death. But I think she's giving you the middle finger.
Oh, I thought she was that some Megamind bullshit? Oh, low.
But yeah,
Again.
I don't think it'll be 10,000 years, but I think it'll be. No, I have it in my watch list. I haven't watched it yet. It looks really interesting. I I don't know. I know it's the first time hearing it. I hate the term near death experience. I know me and you have talked about this before. It's like
Yep.
you didn't have a near death
No,
experience.
no. A
You
near
died and
no,
came back.
a near death experience is you almost died.
Yeah, near death experience is you almost got hit by
You
that train. That's a near death
you
experience.
almost died. You were right there. But no.
As soon as you
This
go,
no.
doo, you had
As
a
soon as
death experience
you had a death experience.
and came
You
back.
are technically an undead.
Vampire.
Vampire. You are zombie.
Why did you say that in an Indian accent?
I have no idea.
Oh, no. You're a zombie.
You are zombie. Get up and walk around. You're a zombie. You were dead as doornail.
Let me talk to you right now.
You are zombie.
You are no longer dead or alive. You done died and come back.
I didn't come back.
Oh my god! Why?
Why?
Why you say that? Oh no, I can't. Yeah.
Speaking of which, I don't I don't believe in those. I don't believe in vampires,
Zombies.
zombies. I believe that medical conditions. Definitely not zombies, but I believe medical conditions made us think that they're vampires or think that they're werewolves.
Write that down. Life After
Hey,
Death by John Cleese. I love John Cleese.
Huh. Nice.
I'm a huge John Cleese fan, but I grew up with Monty Python, so Uh, yeah, I believe there are medical conditions out there. We've talked about this before.
Hmm.
Um, there's definitely medical conditions out there that, in fact, we talked about those medical conditions on that vampire show.
Yeah, we did a vampire. Yeah, I was rewatching that show a few days ago. So
Um, Vampirism. I think that the true vampirism, what people create movies and talk about, I think died out a long time ago.
yeah,
I think that form of those diseases died out a long time ago, or extinct.
yeah,
Now we have a byproduct still to this day
yeah,
of vampirism because DNA, it fucking lasts forever.
yeah.
Uh,
But when something else gets introduced, it gets watered
yeah,
down and watered
yeah,
down, and
watered down, watered down.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, you get the sensitive, you get photosensitivity,
Yeah,
and you get
lack of
the
iron.
yeah, you get the um anemia, which is the blood disorder where you need blood all the time.
What about werewolves?
Yeah, I don't, I don't believe. I just, there are conditions where you have an excessive amount of body hair
Well,
and things like that. I, I believe
but
now
you believe in
this,
like
and
the
this is where I was like, okay,
skinwalkers and
because I'm
stuff,
like,
though, right?
because we talked about this, and I'm like, you know what? I love tomatoes, but I hate ketchup,
Yeah,
and I don't believe in werewolves, but I believe in skinwalkers.
yeah. I was saying, so you believe in shapeshifters. You just don't necessarily believe in werewolf.
I don't,
The
I don't
movie
believe
theater
in not,
werewolf.
yeah, I don't believe in the movie theater werewolf. That it's controlled by the full moon, and you can't control when you transform. I believe in the shapeshifter, but
You
not the
see,
actual
believe in
movie.
lycanthropy. You just don't believe in the werewolf.
Right.
I can see that. I can, because the way it's depicted, especially in movies, it's very
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Yeah. The whole silver bullet bullshit and all that. No.
And I don't care who you are. You get shot with a silver bullet or bullet, whether it's silver or not, you fucking odds are not gonna make it.
Yeah.
Unless you
You're
got
not
a
coming
really
back.
good surgical chief.
Not coming back. But, God forbid you stab somebody with a pie server that's silver.
Oh, no.
Steve.
That's real. We have about 20 energy psychic vampires at work. He works with a bunch of leeches. Oh, that was funny. Dover's got jokes tonight. This is great.
No, nobody's got jokes.
Oh, oh shit. Okay.
Okay. So let me ask you one.
Okay.
Okay. Do you believe in Atlantis or any of the lost civilizations that were supposedly advanced, lost advanced civilizations?
Do I
But in
believe?
particular, Atlantis. Do you believe in
I
Atlantis?
think I do believe in Atlantis. And I think the big reason why I do believe in Atlantis is we've only discovered 15% of our oceans.
Yeah, it's even less than that. It's like five. It's like
Yeah, that's right.
we've barely scratched the surface, so
Yeah.
to speak.
So yeah, 5% of our oceans we've discovered.
Yep.
So I'm gonna be a believer in Atlantis until they've gotten 100% of that shit discovered and say, "Yep, couldn't find it."
Yeah. But do you believe that they were an advanced species, an advanced race, like more advanced than we are?
No,
or do you believe they
Not,
were just like the ancient Egyptians or the
I
Mayans
believe
or
Yes.
like
they
that
were
level?
more advanced for their time. Not more advanced than what I don't believe they had like alien technology were flying around spacecrafts and all crazy shit like fucking Disney or Stargate or anything like that. But I think they were a more advanced civilization that got fucking the root end of the stick than when the fucking island fell off. But a lot of people depict this that Atlanteans didn't die and actually became the dolphins.
Yeah,
But
that's taking that to another level.
yeah,
But
but I
yeah,
don't.
I
Yes.
agree. I believe it, and that seems to be, well, according to what my research. That seems to be the most widely believed thing by the people.
That people believe in
Is that
Atlantis.
is that Atlantis exists, or the concept of the advanced ancient race
Yeah,
existed.
I think they were advanced for their time. I mean, you
Yeah,
got to think, this was back when freaking Pangea was around. Um, when it was one continent,
yeah,
and I think that had to do, and I think that's kind of where we lost Atlantis is when the continents separated. I think they were an advanced group. They were the intellects of the indigenous at that time, but I don't think they're like had supercomputers or anything. They didn't even have fucking metal yet. Now, see, Lost Tech, when you look at the pyramids, I'm a firm believer that the pyramids weren't built for fucking tombs for the pharaohs. I believe the pyramids were built for fucking aliens.
yep. Me too. I'm kind of leaning toward the Stargate theory on that one. Is that they were like landing pads, but they did stuff on Ancient Aliens that was
I
really
like that
interesting.
take. I like that take on
Yeah,
Stargate.
yeah. But they did some interesting things on Ancient Aliens, because there were these weird um vents or
Yeah.
tunnels in the pyramid that go in different directions and stuff, and they claim that they could create hydrogen out of that by bringing in the water, and then the air evaporates or whatever, and there's like it creates hydrogen, and they used it for fuel for the alien spacecraft.
Slave labor. That's how they were built, Dover.
Oh yeah,
Recording.
yeah. It was called slavery, bro.
uh, no,
Yeah.
to
But
me, they are a
um
structure of unfounded awe. Those pyramids,
yeah,
because you look how big those fucking stones are
yeah,
that they had to build those that they built those pyramids with at a time where they didn't have cranes and mechanical to help them.
yeah,
It's they're phenomenal. Those pyramids are phenomenal, and one of these days I'm
Very.
gonna go there.
yeah. I mean, look at something like Stonehenge.
Yeah,
How they they
Are.
transported those rocks over hundreds of miles to get to that spot. Those
yeah,
rocks don't belong there.
no, and they actually they did the age testing
Slave.
on the rocks,
Mhm.
and they don't match up with the earth that they're set in. Like the minerals from the rocks don't match the minerals in the ground.
Yeah,
Like they're from a whole different region.
yeah,
Like these rocks should be here, but they're here
but
and
they're
they're
here.
standing up.
Yeah,
Dude, you can do anything with a good pulley system, Dover. I'm just saying.
yeah, yeah. They actually had a dude recreate it, and he was able to um, have he got
Like,
2 slabs vertical, like 20-ton slabs. He got them vertical, and then he put another rock on top of both of them,
Yeah.
and he was able to do that by himself
Yeah. Pulley systems.
with the pulleys, and then putting stuff underneath, and then
Yeah.
raising it up, and scaffolding and things like that, and just kept.
Yeah. And
They redid that. I was like, dude, that's awesome. That's amazing.
what
But
was it?
to
2012? Is it what, BC 12 or something like that? Was it 2012 BC
you mean
movie?
10,000 BC?
10,000 BC.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2012
Yeah.
is
Different movie.
it's
10,000
John
BC.
Cusack. 10,000 BC was with the saber-tooth tigers and did all the stuff.
And the only reason I brought that up is because he was talking about the 20-ton. 10,000 BC was the time of the woolly
ins-
mammoth still. And if you watch that movie, it makes a lot of sense of how they were able to move a lot of that fucking stone when they were using the fucking woolly mammoths to fucking roll that shit up, those fucking, all that shit. So,
Hmm.
because the way they age those pyramids is based around that time. It's interesting. Pyramids,
Pyra-
Stonehenge. That,
Pyramids are that's some crazy shit. I mean,
and if
we
I'm Dover, you got a good pulley system, man. You want to talk about basic technology? That's a fucking pulley system. You ain't got
Mhm.
to be super smart to make one,
Yep,
and they
snatch
work.
blocks.
They fucking work.
Um, but yeah, I mean, but they like the stones at Machu Picchu, how their cut is so intricate that we can't even recreate that with a laser now.
That's crazy. That's crazy. And those things are another
Those
twenty
things are
thousand
like,
years old.
yeah, those are at least 10, 15,000 years old.
What about the ones at Easter Island?
Yeah, those are amazing.
Fucking heads,
Yeah,
and a bunch of them,
yeah.
and they're all looking out.
They're all huge. They're all facing out.
There's a lot of things I believe. There's just shit, and all that stuff takes me to aliens, though.
Yeah,
It really does.
and maybe that's why more people believe that there were aliens in ancient times than in modern times.
Like they're bored of us now, so they just quit visiting.
Because oh, they're really primitive, so we're going to help them. But now you guys are modern enough. You've harnessed the atom. You've done some stuff. We're not going to help you anymore. We're just going to watch.
Every once in a while, we're gonna take one and anal probe you.
Yeah, we're going to shove something up your butt so you can talk about it, and then people will be like,
It's like the fish that got caught and released.
"Yep." Um, and I know that your cousin Josh does not believe in Bigfoot.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and according to the survey that I found, 20% of the people believe that Bigfoot is real.
20%.
21%. That's the second
21.
lowest that I have on here. Next to the only one that's lowest is fortune tellers.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's.
people can move objects with their minds. 26%. That's the one
Oh.
I don't believe
yeah.
in. 26%.
So what one's the highest?
Places can be haunted by spirits.
Places can be haunted by spirits.
Yep, 58%. That's the highest one that I have. And that just happened as of 2020.
Okay, that's not too long ago.
Before that, the ancient advanced civilizations such as Atlantis once existed. That was always the highest until 2 years ago. Well, yeah, 2 years ago, till
Yeah.
2020.
Wow. So what about is it the Mayans? Lost civilization? Right? Mayans? or Aztecs?
They they were all the Mayans were the ones that actually disappeared because they had their
Yes,
calendar,
sir. Yeah.
yeah, and then all of a sudden they were gone.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
And
I don't know.
Well, first, let's talk about the calendar.
Yeah,
It ended in till what?
2012.
2012.
Yeah.
God, man, it's been freaking 10 years since that movie came out. Already. Did you d what's your theory on that? On why it ended? I got a theory. They got tired of writing, but
are you okay?
yeah, I'm great. Oh, Delaware. Not impossible, very unlikely. You would think over the last several hundred
Sit
years,
down.
you would find skeletal remains or
Sing.
something.
Did it say sing?
Sink,
Oh,
sink.
it said sit down again, and then I thought I heard sing. Sit down and
Uh,
sing.
it says about sink. Um, well, the only way I can debate not finding the skeletal remains would be the fact that they actually take their dead with them to whatever dens they have. And they might have like an ancient burial ground near their den, or
What is the date?
they could live underground.
Telling you,
Oh,
or they could be in other dimensions, or they could be like vampires and turn the ash when they die. I don't know. But I mean,
Oh no,
they
they are.
have allegedly found bones that they can't identify.
Oh yeah,
But yeah, I haven't heard of a full skeleton, but I've heard of them finding bones, and I heard of them finding hair,
yeah.
and of
Teeth.
course there's the multitude of footprints and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, some of which are absolutely hoaxed.
Oh yeah. Um, I don't know. I mean, he is the greatest high stakes champion of the world. Um,
Yes.
and and my cousin does bring up a really good point when he talks about it. Blue ribbon.
Yeah. It's a piece of wood. But number number one, Bigfoot, you
Number
win
one,
the
you
blue
win.
ribbon prize for hide and seek. You are the champion.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's a yeah. There's yeah, humans lost and found, never found. Absolutely, you're absolutely correct. But my cousin always brought up a really good point that how with satellite technologies and everything like that, how have we not found them? And my debate is, how do you know we haven't? It was 2021 at the time, and I said they just admitted aliens are real.
Yeah.
And they don't live on Earth, but aliens are real. What makes you think they don't already know Bigfoot's real and they just ain't saying nothing? They're like, "Oh, look, Bigfoot is going over there. We're gonna leave him the fuck alone."
Yeah. We're just gonna cut that
Study
out
that,
of the
man.
satellite feed so nobody can find that.
Yeah, we're gonna
Google
delete
Street
that
View, you're
archive.
not allowed to post that.
Yep. I'm just saying. Oh,
But yeah, we've talked about cover-ups with the
a
government
lot.
before,
Oh
and
yeah.
we know for a fact now that they covered up UFOs.
Yeah.
They
You know,
are like, "Oh, COVID hit, everybody's trapped." Guess what? Aliens are real,
yeah.
but stay indoors. You're not allowed to come outside.
Yeah. Everyone went, "Oh yeah, we know."
Oh yeah, thanks. Yeah, it's like, well, everybody's worried about COVID. Let's throw this at them.
Um, never seen very convincing video what is claimed to be Bigfoot. I think my favorite video when we talked about cryptids is the one in Utah, up on the mountain, where they're sitting down on the
knife.
mountain. and they're like, "What the fuck is that?" And then yeah, you remember that one when we were
Yeah,
doing the yeah
we were doing the cryptid one, and we had the
yeah the one in Utah was pretty good. Um, I believe in Bigfoot, but can I tell you 100%? No, I've never seen him. Um, if you ask Marvin, my one of my buddies, he'll 100% tell you that he was chased by Bigfoot. Uh, and saw Bigfoot run through, I don't know, 8 cords of wood and
No.
exploding a wood pile trying to get at him. So, uh, it was pretty dramatic up there, Camp 49er. Uh, but I can't say convincingly that Bigfoot exists, but I do believe in him.
yeah. That's one I believe in too. I believe I have heard
And I've
one.
seen some really good Bigfoot videos,
I've seen some really good evidence.
and I've seen some
Okay.
really horrible Bigfoot videos.
Yeah, yeah. I've seen some stuff like because I DVR Finding Bigfoot because those guys crack me up.
Oh, yeah.
Oregon.
Um, and you got three guys that absolutely believe wholeheartedly in Bigfoot,
Oh, they out there
and
screeching
and
and
then you
yelling at
got
broken
Renee,
sticks, and then you got
and,
Renee.
and then you got Renee, the field
In
biologist, and she's like, I don't know what I saw. That could be a bear.
Give me a bear.
And they're like, dude, it was standing on two legs. It was 8 feet tall. Could have been a bear.
Could have been a bear.
And they're like, all right, fine, could be a bear. Um,
home.
but it just cracks me up.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It is like the paranormal, Dover. Once you experience it, your opinion will change forever, actually.
Yeah. And I think
Experience.
that'll happen for anybody. If somebody doesn't experience the paranormal in some way, I don't see how they're gonna believe in it to that extent. They might go, okay, yeah, I believe that it's possible, but I've never been a part of it.
Yeah.
Um, actually had because we talked about on Dead Files, Steve DeShavi, who's the detective that does the Dead Files, he said he's never had a paranormal experience.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but that changed recently.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
because he witnessed one of his producers get scratched,
Oh.
like across the chest, like right here.
Oh, damn.
And he was like, because I was talking about to you about the show Fright Club with the Ghost Brothers
Yeah.
and Jack Osborne. They take
Yeah.
clips. Well, they got a clip from Steve DeShavi because he sent the picture to him, and he's like, that freaked me out. I've never experienced that before. And it's like, you know,
No, uh
but
that's
he was the
killing
person.
Bigfoot,
Yeah, he
not
was one
hunting
person that I was like,
Bigfoot.
yeah. But yeah, he was one person where I was like, he's never had a paranormal experience, but he still believes in the paranormal
Yeah.
because of his experiences with Amy Allen,
Yeah.
who I believe Amy is a legit psychic.
Yeah,
She's
I got a guy that was actually a complete atheist until about 3 years ago. Didn't believe in paranormal, didn't believe in God, didn't believe in he was nope, total Scientology guy, and then he actually had an experience at work. He goes to church every Sunday now.
that might
He's
change
like,
my view on
"I
shit.
was wrong."
I'm so sorry, Lord. I apologize.
Met Steve and Amy at a convention. That would have been awesome.
I'd like to just go to a convention.
Yeah, me too.
I've never
It's
been
been
to a
a long
convention.
time.
I've never even been to Comic Con.
Oh, but you've been to didn't you go to DungeonCon?
I went to DungeonCon. I was actually
Yeah,
one of the speakers at DungeonCon one year.
yeah. I went to DungeonCon. DungeonCon. That's where I met R.A. Salvatore and Gary Gygax.
Yeah, I met Gary Gygax too. I did. I went to MagicCon though, which is the Magic the Gathering convention,
Oh, that was
and
yeah. I want to go to a
I,
Comic Con.
and I entered the open tournament.
They got a Comic Con up here every year. I'm gonna see if I can try and go to it. Oh shit!
Yeah,
It's been 3 hours already.
you can't get into San Diego anymore. Not without knowing somebody or being absolutely filthy rich.
Really?
It's
It's gotten that
it's
bad down there?
it's really hard. I've got an in with a buddy of mine, but I just have to work his booth.
Oh shit!
So I'm like, all right, well when I'm ready to pull that trigger, I'll give you a call.
I never thought
Uh,
about fucking actually setting up a booth for spiritual spirits at Comic Con.
that'd be kind of fun, wouldn't
That'd be fun. That'd be really fun.
it? But if they've got to have like paranormal conventions and stuff, that'd be a kind of a cool booth. We'd
Yeah,
do something there.
if I remember right, Dana and Greg Newkirk just went to one. If I
Yeah.
remember right, and my guy named Jamie Michelle,
Are
he
you okay?
he just went to one too. It was actually I think in Vegas if I remember right. But yeah, they have paranormal conventions. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I just realized we've been going for 3 hours. I didn't even realize it. So with that said, I think we're gonna put an end to episode 2 of season 2, Spirit Spirits, the Skeptic
Very.
episode, as I like to call it. Want to thank everybody's participation in the chats. Dover, awesome content that you threw in here. Chris Lutz, that's the guy I want to meet too. Um, I gotta get on your YouTube and check your stuff out. I'm gonna check out your book too that you sent us. But we're gonna stop this show. We'll be back. What's next Wednesday? What's 10, 12th, 19th?
19th. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be back on the 19th
For episode
for
3.
episode 3 of season 2. I think we're gonna go back to locations, aren't we?
We're gonna do some locations. We'll
Do some locations again.
come up with a theme and look at some new stuff.
Yeah. So I hope to see everybody back on Wednesday. Again, want to thank Anchor for allowing us to do the show and take the audio portion of this live cast and put it out there places like Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Breaker, Pocket Cast.
Love you, Mama.
Not some sissy. I don't call her mom. She's my sister. And of course, Restream for allowing us to multi-stream to where we can do this on our Facebook page, the Spirit Spirits page on YouTube, D Live, Twitch, Twitter, and Vaughn Live. So thank you guys for that. And again, thank you everybody that listens and watches the show. We'll see you in 9 days. Dave, any closing remarks there?
No. Peace out, everybody. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.